South London, mate. The H is always silent.
No, it is just working. There we go. I don't know how much of that actually the recorder started or not. Maybe I look like an idiot, or maybe not. But yes, hello. Welcome once more to the Silver Talons Adventuring Guild game on the DK109 channel for a bit more D&D time, because it's Sunday, and Sunday is wonderful time for D&D. And we are running on a slightly different crew to what we originally started the campaign with, as we've lost Mo, who played Eratus, but we have a new player in. This gentleman is called Mojo, one of the guys I play at Warframe with. We're not going to introduce your character yet because I think this should be done in game properly, I think. But Mojo is here. So we are still on a 5-man crew, which is very handy because we are a player down tonight. Kevin, who plays Anakis, as unfortunately has to work because he's one of those productive members of society and stuff.
I wish I was.
Yeah. So do I.
About that.
I wish I was. But yes, the rest of us are here, and we're going to be hopefully having some fun. I plan for us to have some fun. Whether or not we have some fun, well, that remains to be seen.
We
really.
always have fun.
We do our best. But yeah, so party. Do you remember what happened last time? Now I'm directing the question mostly towards Grav and Oro, or Dotan and Perry. Because I can tell you what happened with Sheila, which is basically when they went off and they did their thing, when they went off to the forest. Before they reached the forest, Sheila thought she saw a blue flower and just jumped off the cart and disappeared into the woods.
That sounds like me.
I was thinking, like, what would Trex do? And running into the woods sounded like the sort of thing you'd do. So that's what Sheila did. And we will come to that. But yes, Dotan, Perry, what did you guys get up to? Technically, last night.
Yes. Well, last night we went and fought bandits, and Arnakis put them all to sleep. Quite literally, we didn't kill them. We put them to sleep.
After they nearly killed them.
Perry got more money out of the guards than he probably should have, and then we all went gambling and got more money out of the townspeople than we probably should have.
Yes, you did. You had a you had a general good old time.
We should have just stayed home, got pissed, and gambled. We would have been a lot better off, quite frankly.
I mean, I can't possibly tell you how happy I am that you didn't just kill the bandits, that you kept them alive. This makes me so proud.
It was so tempting. You've got no idea.
The start of this session, we are going to be picking up with Sheila, who's going to be in the woods. And it's going to be a bit theatre of mindy because there's no real reason to have a map drawn up for this, to be honest. I have got one I can throw together if we need it, but at the moment there's no real need for the map things. What I am going to do though, I am going to move the view onto the world map one here, and we'll top the music and we'll turn on the forest sounds.
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
Indeed. So, the party, if I move you so you know where you actually are. So you guys are, and with the Sunday Wolves, if I make the token a little bit smaller and put it up there, that's pretty much where you are.
So the guys didn't go back to the city, or is that just me?
That's where basically. So during this time, that's where the party is. You're in that area. You're not at home. You're not back at the guild hall yet. But during this time, this is where the party is. See, that's what I was going to say. Is that they have at the end of this time, they will have gone back. But we're coming to you first, because basically what we're going to do is we're picking up with you at the point essentially where you disappeared off into the woods. So you're running through the woods, and you can see all these lovely flowers and stuff. And because of what we got with this one, you are going to bump into a figure in the woods. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We will put together a map for this one. We'll put it out because it just makes life a little bit easier.
Gotta go make friends in the forest.
Yeah.
And I love how Oro's profile picture is Winnie the Pooh. It seems very appropriate for this session.
I mean, it's always been Winnie the Pooh. I was told that I should make that me everywhere because it's fitting. But I usually use a little happy penguin.
I actually don't know how I set my profile picture in here.
Did you, Sheila? Did Sheila take Barky with her in this little journey? By the way.
Oh, of course. I mean, I've been riding on her, I suppose.
That's what I thought. So.
I thought you left Barky behind to get attacked.
Oh right, I left him behind.
Oh yes,
because
yes.
he's-
She was
oh,
getting all. She's getting all measured up. Yes, that's right.
yes,
she's in the. She's in the thing.
measured. Yeah. So I was riding in the cart. That
Yeah.
I suppose you took Fang along.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have Fang.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do not have
That
Fang.
is the
Sorry.
best.
The least conspicuous horse we could find.
Exactly. No
Thank
one's
you, Bex.
gonna think that people with the blue pony with the pink mane are bad people. I mean, let's be fair.
That's what they know.
That's the best pony for making friends.
All right, so I'll move us onto the. I'll move the view onto the. I will move the view onto the right one, which is going to be having the party on this one here. And if I just adjust the thing, so there you are, your happy little blue halfling self, frolicking
Wait,
through the
oh,
woods.
Oh, I see me. At first I did not see me. I see me now.
You're frolicking through the woods and you can see flowers and stuff. Now, this map doesn't accurately show the amount of flowers there are, but the forest is in full bloom.
I will take your word for it.
It's a wonderful place.
It's a wonderful
Joy and splendor.
the forest flowers. I think
Yes.
I will never leave.
Hey, next. So there is a you do very very easily make out a figure who is also walking through the forest, looking at flowers and picking flowers and stuff. And at that point, I'm now going to hand over to the players to decide how they would like to interact with each other. And I feel pretty safe with this because I know Trex normally favours diplomacy, so that's why.
Normally, you see, I feel a little different today. Like something needs to be, changed up a bit. No, I'm not gonna. Always diplomacy first. What do you actually look like, Mojo?
So 1 second, let me just open up the character because it's a lot easier to read it from what I've actually described in here. So he's quite a tall, silver-haired young gentleman. In terms of his clothing, he just wears quite a bit of hide and a bit of a cape. But the most peculiar thing about him, other than the fact he's really tall, is the fact that he wears a very intricate wooden mask.
All right.
Which you can be seen in the picture in the bio.
Yeah.
He's just walking around looking at the flowers at the moment. He seems to be searching for a specific one as he kind of leans in closer and inspects other flowers, but he's looking for a certain one that he just can't seem to quite get hold of right now.
All right. As I come closer to you.
So just saying, you're like it's the path area that you're on. It's about 4 or 5 feet down from up on that raised area. So it's not like cliff face, but they are raised edges.
Yeah. Oi, hello.
Oh, I didn't expect to see someone here.
No, well, there's quite a lot of good flowers here, though. You should expect people to come by. Are you searching for a particular one?
Yes. 1 second. He kind of pulls out a small little kind of jostled down note and says, "Yes, I've been told to look for a morning glory. I've not seen one before. I've heard they're quite pretty to look at."
Sheila practically almost faints from smiling. Oh, I'm the morning glory. I think.
Morning glory?
Yes, I'm Sheila Morning Glory. Nice to
Oh.
meet you.
I mean, I heard that morning glories are blue, but I thought it was a plant, not a person. It's nice to meet you too. The name's Marcus. Marcus Ebenleaf.
Marcus what?
Ebenleaf.
Ebonleaf. Oh, nice name. You're also kind of a planty person then.
Yes, very much so. Quite in tune with nature.
Oh, that's nice. So you like making friends too, right?
Definitely.
Oh,
Friends are
good.
the way forward. I can see.
Oh, I have a bunch of people you should meet then. Yeah, yeah, you should meet them, but in company with me. They're not as good at making friends, but they're learning very fast.
Oh, as long as they're learning, that's the best way forward, I guess.
Yes, it is. I mean, it takes a bit of practice, right? You can't
Yes,
expect people to just, I suppose, can't expect them to just know how to make friends, apparently. At least they've not been very good at it. But I'm teaching them. They're learning. They're learning. Do you live here?
I don't quite live anywhere. I kind of just move from place to place.
Oh,
I
that's
guess you could
perfect
say
then.
Nature is my home, in a less so cheesy way, I guess.
In a less cheesy way. Oh, all right. So you want to come with and meet my friends?
Positively. Making friends is always a great step forward in one's journey to change the world.
Also, I have a ton of actual morning glories on the cart with the horse, which is also blue. So, I mean, you can have actual morning glories if you come along.
Brilliant. Yes, my friend would be pleased.
All right. Well, I think that kind of sums it up. Sheila has made new friends.
What the? What?
No, that doesn't sound good.
Sorry, no, they didn't load the token. I set up a token for your little familiar, and it hasn't loaded the token, and that's really upset me.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that was gonna be like so classy and shit.
I was going to say that interaction was oddly reminiscent of like the
should have loaded.
candy wagon in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Like, oh, here, children, I have candy.
I have flowers. You want to come along?
just like, ooh, a flower. Ooh.
The child catcher. That was the character's name.
So it wasn't my familiar, right, DK?
It was meant to be.
Okay, so I already, because I didn't summon it last time I played, so you didn't tell me that I summoned
Oh, I thought
it.
you had. I was just basically gonna do it for my own bit of entertainment, to be honest, and just have it.
No, I didn't actually summon it yet.
You hadn't
but
done it,
I'm fine
okay.
with having done it in the previous not being here. That's fine with me, but I wasn't told that I'd summoned it yet.
I thought you had. I honestly, I can't remember that bit. There's been a few things been focused
no,
on.
I haven't actually summoned it yet.
Okay. No, it's just the bird that was flying high. That's all it
It's
was.
just a high
It was
flying
just
one.
it was the high flying bird. Moving on.
Moving on. All right, perfectly. All right, well, I think I show him back to the city. I hope I'm not too far out, and that it won't take like days for us to get there. I don't know how far you traveled last time before.
Well, you do remember that the journey was said to be about 2 hours by cart, but that it had taken the party about 3 hours to do it because there was some not very good driving of the cart by one of them at the party. So like the horse kept getting distracted and eating grass and stuff. So it was like it didn't want to go. It didn't want to go.
Well, that means the Fang had a good ride as well. It got some grass and stuff.
Well, so the party they headed off into the forest, and they carried on doing what they were doing, and they had their interaction before they turned around and then did what they needed to do, gathered up the unconscious bandits and put them onto the wagon, and then they headed straight back to the city. Now they may not have thought to mention it, but I am awfully tempted to make them live with the choice of having not mentioned it, that they didn't stop to like come and get you.
It's Sheila. She's gonna be back, right? I mean, such an innocent creature couldn't come to harm.
Yeah, I mean, it's you may need to hitch a lift with another wagon heading back to Neverwinter. Is there anything?
We'll just do it on foot. I mean, it's a scenic
You're gonna
route, right?
you're gonna hoof it. So if you're hoofing it back,
actually,
then
wait, 1 second. 1 second. I just remembered that I'm a druid, right?
yeah.
Can't I just turn into a horse?
That's the point. We need to go over like some forms that you do know, don't we?
Well, with the Xanathars, it does give you a...
Yeah, it gives a list of recommended things for it. What I was going to do is we'll roll the dice and we'll give you that many dice. Or say that many forms that you know. So That was something I meant to do and I completely forgot.
I don't know if you guys know.
Right.
I'm told I'm quite new to druidism, so might be a little bit of a learning curve for me.
It's
I
fine.
mean, I don't know, man. When I played a druid, I mostly played him like a cleric, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, no, I built mine around just the idea of having as many healing things as possible. So when I got the 200 gold, I bought about 10 healing kits and 2 potions and a herbalism kit.
You know how to turn yourself into. Because what's the limit on it for beast shape?
So at my
It's-
level,
Now
I'm
it's-
looking at my character now because I remember writing it down somewhere. Let me have a double check.
DR 1/2, no flying speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
it's
even the
so
best
yes,
horse, the war horse, is included in
Yeah.
that.
well, I think a horse comes under like hill or something like that. Yeah, so you know how to be a horse. You know how to be a so you know how to be a riding horse. You know how to be a black bear.
I need to write this down.
Yes.
Where's my notes point? But animals known.
Yeah, so
Horse.
riding horse, black bear. You also know how to turn yourself into a. Let's go with a. Actually, no, not a horse, an elk, because you can still be ridden as an elk.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about having like horned animal like deer.
I'm thinking like forest and grassland animals would be the sort of things you'd have access to. So
What a frog.
the frog's got swim speed.
Yes, he can have stuff with swim speeds.
Yeah, it's flying. I can't have it this level.
Oh right, okay, right. So yeah, that was some other stuff then. So yeah, you can be a frog.
Yep.
And you can also be a one more thing.
Can it
you've got.
basically be anything? Just the challenge rating has to fit.
Yeah, but it's
No,
like
you
it's
can't have
you
a
need
flying speed, right?
and
No,
it needs to be an animal that you're familiar with as well. So we're giving him I've given him a D6
list.
library of animals
Okay.
that he's already familiar with, and then as he goes on finding more animals, he can then learn more things. Like I think you need to spend
Alright.
spend an hour exactly in.
I'm about to read down now.
And you can also be a panther.
Panther. Ooh,
Yes.
brilliant. I have the monster manual handy as well, just in case. Yeah. So I'm gonna turn to my newly found friend.
Oh heck, you could be a
Sheila.
giant frog, apparently.
One day I'm gonna find them.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the likelihood of seeing the animals. Is the other thing I think. I was like, he's seen a frog. Probably hasn't seen a giant frog yet,
I
at
want a
least.
giant elk or constrictor snake when I get to the level. But
Well, maybe.
Spiders always good fun.
Spiders are a
So
good
I'm
giggle,
gonna
yeah.
find a Sheila. Oh, I'm gonna be like, is it a long journey back?
And you can see she kind of realizes something. I guess now that I don't have the pony anymore, I guess it kind of is quite. It took like 3 hours with the pony. I don't know how that translates. I've never done much pony travel before,
Okay.
but that's a bit of a walk.
1 second. He kind of like gets on, kind of crouches down and gestures to jump on his back. It's like he doesn't really explain it. He just nervously does it.
She's like,
Grab me,
Like-
bish.
but
I'm a druid. I can temporarily turn myself into an animal, so I was gonna turn myself into an
oh,
animal.
okay. Then it's not as weird. It's still kind of weird, but it's not as weird.
Sorry. Yes.
She walks over to you and like looks at you a little and then awkwardly tries to climb onto your back. Like okay.
Okay, then. And as he starts like running forward, he transforms into an elk and then just heads in the direction that he kind of guesses that she was pointing towards.
That was pointer. Okay,
So it's heading south. You're familiar enough with the area to know that Neverwinter is south of you.
Yeah. Even though I never specifically said it was Neverwinter, but I guess you.
Oops,
Kinda
it's
figured.
fine. Inference.
Yeah.
Sheila starts like wooing all the way as soon as like you pick up speed. I don't think she's ever been on as big an animal as an elk. It's like compared to a halfling, that's a really fucking huge animal.
They
So
are
that's
a little bit on the large side.
They are. It's just a little bit. So she's having a blast. It's like a roller coaster. We should be making pretty good headway.
Yeah.
Like that.
So you're going to be arriving back at the city slightly before the rest of the party will.
All right.
So what we can do is we can have your the rest of your downtime session for that bit and go through that sort of thing. So you'll be arriving back at the city because the rest of the party doing the combat. Obviously, they've gone further into the woods, into the forest, so they were further away from the city than you were anyway.
Yeah.
And then they've had the whole of their interaction there. They've done the combat, which granted wouldn't have taken too long in the grand scheme of things because a round is 6 seconds and all that other silly nonsense stuff. And then they would have been loading up the recumbent bodies of the bandits onto the wagon.
I think when we get back to the city and I realize the others haven't returned yet, I asked Marcus if while we wait around for them to come back, because I mean they've got to come back eventually. They must be realizing I'm missing, and this is kind of the only place we have to group up. So while we're waiting, would you help me do a little ritual thing?
Rituals are one of the things I'm quite good at. So yeah. Okay.
Oh, then you can assist me. I've never done one before.
They're quite fun, I guess. Done a few here and there.
Yeah, I need to summon a familiar. I think it's called.
Oh, I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that one. But I can assist.
We'll figure it out. I've got it like written down from a tome up in you do you know the Silver Talons Adventuring Guild?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, we are all kind of trying to get get to be members of it. We're on kind of our admission test, I think you kind of call it, trial thing.
Yes, a trial.
Yeah, sort of like a test, like a testing, see if we're adequate. I think it's more like if you survive it. That's kind of the vibe I've been getting, but in any case, we're trying to become members. They kindly enough let me look in their libraries for this spell, for this ritual thing, so that I can cast it and get a familiar, hopefully.
Yes, I am all for the endeavor.
All right, good. Well, I think we should have time for that, maybe. I honestly have no idea where they went.
Hopefully it's nowhere dangerous. I mean, if they do end up injured, at least I'm here to help.
Yes. Oh, you're good at that kind of thing?
Yes, it's my sole purpose, I guess, is to help others and heal the wounded.
Oh, they're gonna keep you busy then. That's for sure.
I always enjoy the challenge.
All right. I need to check out because if I remember correctly, we went around and bought all the ingredients, right?
Yeah. So you've got 2 lots worth of the consumable resources,
Right.
and you have you bought your own what's it called? You got your own brazier for it.
Yeah.
Brazier, because brazier is something entirely different.
Yep, it is.
I mean, technically, it lets you do 2 at once, but you know.
Yep.
Is it too late to select my prepared spells? Because I actually haven't done this before, so I forgot that I had to highlight the ones I've prepared.
No, you have because your wild shape isn't a spell for it. You should have. I mean, you should have. It's fine. You haven't played a druid before, so it's not an issue.
Cool.
I'm not that much of a heavy sticker for the rules for it.
Do I need to have my cantrips prepared, or are they?
No, cantrips are just active.
I'm gonna.
That's the whole point of cantrips is they're what you know. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. I'm just selecting my healing spells now, actually, because I haven't selected any of those.
It should be your druid level plus your wisdom modifier.
Yeah, I've done it. That's 6 in total, I think.
Yeah.
There's 8 in total, isn't it? Wait, no,
Well, it should be 4 plus your wisdom modifier, which could could be 8 actually.
Yeah, level 4. My wisdom.
You're level 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I misread it and thought that was proficiency. Okay, sorted.
All right. So I got all the components for it. It takes an hour to cast. And DQ, you were on. You said okay for the turkey, right?
To make it look for your icon, or to make it look like a turkey.
All right. It's got just the fact that it's a turkey. I mean, that's completely useless. So that's really good. That's like a hawk. You can still kind of use, right? Because it can actually fly.
Yeah.
Good. Turkeys are also really huge. Like it's gonna be almost the same size as me.
Yeah, turkeys are big old boys.
I don't know,
I-
man. Turkey would have been pretty cool.
Well, turkey. It is gonna be turkey.
Turkeys are majestic birds, alright?
Yeah.
They
Benjamin
are.
Franklin did nothing wrong.
Yeah, but these as I say, just yeah, you can have your familiar can be a turkey. That's fine.
Thank you. It means a lot. Gobble gobble.
A giant blue turkey. Hang on,
Yeah,
that means that now I need to now find another sound asset.
Had summoned turkey to then learn the beast form for it.
There is an audio file here called "Fuck the Fear Turkey," and I kind of want to play what it is and find what.
Oh, you should play what it is.
Dear Chief Replacement, I wanted to send you this friendly little letter to inform you of your imminent demise.
Let's not.
That was not what I expected.
No, not what I expected at all. This one should be good though.
I like the Mozart in the background. That pleased me.
That gobble sound. Oh yes, please.
Do it again. Oh man.
That's amazing.
There we go.
This is so amazing.
We've got a sound effect for the for the Thunderbird.
But I actually have to succeed in doing this spell, which is horrible because it's a wisdom-based spell, and
I'm
very
not
well-
sure. I don't think you can actually fail. I think you just cast it.
Oh, you just cast it.
I
Yeah,
think
'cause
you
there's
do
not a
with
roll
fine
on
familiar.
it. I was looking.
No,
and
yeah,
there's-
I don't think you can because you're not
Yeah,
because
you
there are
can't
some
fail.
summon spells.
Wait, how did you get this spell again?
I took a feat that lets me pick a first level spell from another
Oh,
class.
you took mage initiate. What
Yeah,
class?
yeah.
did
Was
so
that Orion?
What class? What class did you
Wizard.
take?
Wizard.
That's
They're
intelligence.
the only
Yes,
ones
it's
who have it.
intelligence.
Oh, it's intelligence. Oh, that's even
Yeah.
worse. I think that's my absolute
But
worst.
no, you cannot fail.
Yeah, no, it's just
Oh.
yeah, because some of the summon ones, sometimes a summoning spell involves you needing to exert your will over the creature in order to dominate it.
Yeah.
But Find Familiar is not that form of summoning spell,
is
so you just do it. It takes
so
an hour. It's a ritual.
That is so
Um,
lucky.
yeah.
Because I have like -1 in intelligence, like. So
Well, you need to
sorry.
dominate a turkey resource anyway, it'll be fine.
I was very much fearing having.
Should have been a chain pat.
Yeah. Also, I'm well, if I did the chain pack, then yeah, but then I couldn't get my sword.
It would suck if you did the chain pack. It would suck.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
I would have a turkey as familiar, and it's basically useless.
just launches it at people.
It'd be great at
Distraction.
distractions.
It's an expensive distraction, but you can just like keep resummoning it, right?
Yeah.
This costs you. Okay. Well, I think with the help of the druid, because I haven't done any rituals at all, so he probably knows a bit more about it than I do. So I think.
Yeah,
he
so
knows
there
what
is
to
like
say.
a little guiding hand and like gives you
Yeah.
maybe a hint or two. Like yeah, now the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't light the incense like an hour before you're actually gonna throw the spell and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He spends about a good
Properly defrost your
half a minute
turkey
to
before
a
you.
minute
what do you
align
think?
the right ingredients to the right places. Like no. It needs to be directly here and moves it like 1 millimeter to the left. It's like there.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. It's gonna be a
Mm,
really
yeah, that's
good
good,
turkey.
yeah.
I can feel it. We're gonna summon the best turkey that could be. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let the blue sparks fly. Let us say some magic words and wiggle the fingers and have a little turkey appear. Yes. Yes. This is just so good. So good.
Unfortunately, turkey is not in the monster manual, so I don't know what I'm going to do to learn it.
Is chicken in the monster manual?
it could be. Let me have a look.
Actually, it might possibly be in the back of either the PHB or the DMG, just because there are some default creatures.
It's actually really practical that turkeys are flightless because then you can actually learn it now. If I had chosen a flightful bird, then you couldn't yet.
So chicken or hen isn't in that one. I'm gonna go check what follows.
Yeah, because it should be. There should be something somewhere. I'm sure that there exists a frickin' like fowl type creature.
I see no chickens.
Really? That's crazy.
Peacocks.
We'll find something. We'll find something. It'll be okay. I mean, it's a familiar thing. It's a familiar, so it's only going to have like it's like 5 hit points, and then you just really need to resummon it. So it's not really going to be that big of a deal.
No.
At the minute we'll class as a non-flying hawk because I've already got an asset put together for that. So for now, it's a non-flying hawk.
Yeah, that sounds.
But we'll sort that out. We will sort that out at some point. Okay, so so you guys get back to the city and you do your ritual, and there doesn't seem after that hour. Yeah, just thinking about it actually, if you're doing the ritual, pretty much when you got back to the city, you probably would have actually missed the party returning. Because even though it's an hour ritual, you probably would have taken more than an hour to do it because you've never done one before, so you'd be like double checking all your stuff and all your notes for it. Yeah. So I think it's justifiable that it would have taken you more than an hour to do the hour ritual.
Yeah, that is definitely.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, but the real question is, does she get to come partying with us?
Well, see, that's what I was gonna say. Is I think you guys, after you've done the ritual, you would have would Sheila have taken Marcus back to the Blue Stallion?
Well, yeah, I thought that was where we were doing the...
Oh, right, yeah, so yeah. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were doing it, like, on the outskirts of the city, or if you're doing... Okay, no, sorry. I should have asked that. So, yeah, you're doing that at the Blue Stallion, that's fine, so, yeah. So, the party, once they came back, and they did what they did, where they got themselves paid for that, they just went straight to doing the carousing, didn't they, for the rest of the day?
Yep.
Yeah. So, is there anything in particular... Trex, that Sheila would like to have done with the rest of her day, or would she be quite happy to spend her time carousing, having now come downstairs with her bright blue gobble turkey familiar?
What did we name the turkey? I feel like we already found a name for it.
I've got a file here called Thunderburb.
Yeah, that's my deity.
Okay, I'm not sure what you named it.
What could we name it? We already got Barky and we got
Chow.
Pew pew. No, that is a sound I make often though.
You could name him Gobble and then surname Gobble.
Gobble and Barky and Fang.
Gobble, Barky and Fang.
Because I mean, we did talk about naming things after the sounds they make.
Yeah, exactly. So
Gobble.
Sir Gobble G Obble.
Gobble G Obble.
Yeah.
Sir Gobble Giobble.
Gobble Giobble.
Gobble Giobble.
Sir Gobble Giobble. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sir.
It's a sir. Of course it's a sir.
Blimey.
Alright. Sir Gobble Gobs. No, Sir Gobble Gobs. That's
Gobble
the name.
Gobs.
Sir Gobble Gobs. There you go. Sir Gobble Gobs. And Barky
Sir,
and Fang.
Sir Gobble Gobs, Barky and Fang. Right, I need to create some more assets for these guys then, don't I? Right, okay, so with Sir Gobble Gobs, would you have gone straight into the carousing, or would you like to have done anything else with your day? And Marcus as well, was there anything you would particularly like to do now in the city of Neverwinter, or would you want to spend your time carousing with the party, your newfound allies, and getting to know them a little bit?
I'd probably have shown Marcus around just a little bit. The city.
I'd take it into some of the stores you've already been to and that sort of stuff.
I would feel like he wouldn't he'd be intrigued by everything around him. Like, he'd look at them for quite a while, but he wouldn't quite on his own walk over and do anything. He'd stick close to the friend he just made here.
I'd probably tell him of
awkward
the
house
places
party
we've been
guy
in the city, like the trading district, crafting district, and the halfling pub that has no halflings. But other than that, I think we'll just hang around on the Blue Stallion and have a beer and talk about what's life like when you can turn into an elk.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thing is, with my character, one of the things I picked up, I believe, if I can see it. Now that I've returned to the world, he enjoys some of the delights too much, so he is quite an avid alcohol fan. So he does.
Okay, so
quite a
you
bit.
definitely would have been doing the carousing then, right? So you're
welcome-
definitely doing the carousing,
welcome
joining
to
the
the
drinking party. Would Sheila be joining in with the drinking as well?
Yeah, but not as much. I mean, she doesn't really like it. She just does it because the cool guys do it.
If I remember correctly, Unknown Soul said Dotton was naked half the time, and Perry won 190 gold gambling. So,
Yeah, that was crazy.
We're
Look,
having a real
the
banger.
two of you managed to both roll pretty well. Right, okay. So Trex, can I have a D100 from you, please?
Yes.
Let's
You
see
may.
let's see what you get up to.
Wait, how do I? Oh, there we go. Roll it.
48, and that makes that. You join in at the gambling table, and you recuperate lifestyle expenses for the time spent carousing. So you guys are living modestly, which makes it about 5 silver that you make.
Whoop. I consider that a big win.
Because your lifestyle expenses, you don't actually need to pay anything at the moment because everything, your room and board has been paid for by the guild at the Blue Stallion. So there isn't
Do they
actually
pay the
anything
fee
for you to
Barky
pay.
and Fang as well?
They for the stabling for Barky, they just let the tavern owner know there's a dog. They haven't paid anything for Fang because they didn't know.
No,
Well,
yeah,
Fang
they
didn't
don't.
exist at the time.
Fang existed. He just hadn't
Well,
come
yeah,
in our
yeah.
lives yet.
He wasn't in the party.
No.
Yeah, so you make it's about 5 silver because it's like half a day that you're doing it.
All right.
Okay,
I
folks.
have added that to my
Cool.
character.
And I have the same from Panda with the biddies. Thank you, my darling. Can I have a D100 from Mojo as well?
So how is that done again?
Okay, so sorry, yeah, on the left hand side,
There's
you've got the advanced dice roller. Yeah, other dice.
Okay, so D100
Hype.
roll, and then I'm adding nothing to it, yeah?
Well, you can add your level to it because I'll just do that myself mentally. Just roll it as D. It's up to you.
Okay, I'll just roll it as normal for now.
70. You also do the same. However, the difference is for yourself is that because you're not actually a part of the guild group at the moment, you don't actually get that money. You've covered off your drinking for the evening. You're at net zero.
Worth.
Yeah.
I mean, you had fun for free, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Fun for free. So, in the corner of the tavern, whilst you guys have been carousing all this time, has been Eratus, been playing his instrument, being like that session sort of musician. He's been earning himself some tips here and there, and he mentions to the party as the evening starts to wind down a little bit. He mentions to the party that he thinks he's maybe the adventuring life isn't for him at the moment, and he's gonna stay in the city. He's gonna stay as a musician, practicing his trade on that bit, and that he hopes that maybe he'll catch up with you guys another time.
Oh.
But
So
the
sad to see him
yeah.
leave.
Well, he's not
He
he's not
was my
leaving.
friend.
He's not leaving as such.
Who's gonna color me blue now?
I think Druidcraft can do that as well. You should be fine. You can make your new friend. You'll be okay.
I'm friend in a second.
I'm going
But-
to find out.
So in the morning, Fulric is up pretty early, and he's enjoying himself a breakfast. Who else would be up early? So this is your
Me.
this is
I don't
your
know,
Wednesday.
I'm quite
This is your Wednesday morning now, isn't it? Because it was
Depends
after
on how
after you
well
had your
I can
tunics
armor.
made was when you went out to do the mission, if memory serves. No, sorry, no. You were gonna go. Yeah, no. So today is your Thursday morning. So the Wednesday you were gonna go and do the ruins, but then instead, because Trex you couldn't make it, they wanted to make so you could still do the ruins if you wanted to. They decided to go do the bounty hunting instead for the bandits. So the Wednesday was done was the bounty hunting. So this is your Thursday morning. You're about halfway through. You're halfway through your week in Neverwinter.
Yep. And we are going to the ruins today.
That is your plan. So are we all getting up early, or are we nursing hangovers?
Did I handle the alcohol that I did drink?
Well, actually, yes. For yourself, I think that is a good idea because of that element you've got there with your character. So let's have it that you let's have a Constitution save from you to see whether or not you're rolling out of bed in the morning or crawling out of bed in the morning. You spring out of bed in the morning. You're absolutely fine. The whole of the town seems a little bit loud, but it's just like it's not amazingly uncomfortable. You've got a bit of a hangover, but you don't feel queasy, you don't feel woozy, not throwing up, you don't feel overtired. So you're absolutely fine. You could be awake as early as 7 o'clock in the morning without any issue at all.
Brilliant. Yeah, he'll be up and early, bright, as if like nothing really happened to him last night, other than the occasional loud noise, kind of just a bit of a headache on occasion.
Okay.
Alright. I think I get up early and I make sure that Fang has everything he needs. And wait, is Fang a he or a she?
I think Fang's a she. I think we discovered this last time.
Okay,
There's-
she.
there's-
Yeah,
Fang's
I
a
don't
she now.
remember. She. I make sure that she has everything she needs, and Barky has everything she needs, and Mr. Gobblegops has. I'm not really
Well,
sure.
Barky's still in the kennel up at
Right.
Pangolins
I don't need to
Hide.
take care of Barky. Well,
Barky's
then I
fine.
just make sure Sir Gobblegops have everything he needs.
So Gobblegop doesn't really seem to eat.
No, it's like I don't know what Fey turkeys do, but maybe he just needs some pets, and then that's what he gets.
Yeah, he's quite happy with that.
So yeah.
Graf? Is Dot on an early arrival?
Dot's going to be up with a bastard behind the eyes and a head of dog bitter. So she's up.
Cool stuff. And what about Perry? Would he be up bright and early?
I imagine so. He's always up bright and early.
Well, Anakis is sleeping it off. Because then that means that I can leave him in the tavern this whole time and not have to worry about it too much.
Yes.
I believe I have clicked something I shouldn't.
Yeah,
Why is that clickable?
Because reasons. I'm sure there was a good reason for it when they chose to make that happen. So like I said, about 7 o'clock in the morning, the city is awake. Fulric is down in the main hall, that communal area of the tavern. He's sat at the booth enjoying himself a breakfast.
All right. When the other guys wake up, I'm gonna ask them what they did yesterday. I mean, I guess they kind of already told me the night before, but I would like to hear what they actually have to say.
Yeah, hear actual stories, not exaggerated drunken stories.
And also, there's always a possibility that they don't really tell me what happened, but so yeah, I'd love to hear what happened. Where did you go? You were gone all of a sudden.
Well, you ran off, and we went and did the thing. It's done. Still done. We got paid. It's fine.
All right. Okay. Okay. So you didn't go to the ruins?
No. We decided we were going to go and hunt bandits. Bandits sound like fun.
Oh, okay. Hunt them? That sounds violent.
Oh yeah. Well, it was kind of violent. None of them died.
Okay, well, that's
not
good.
at the time.
That's good.
So, but we can do the ruins today. You
All
sounded
right.
quite keen on doing the ruins.
Yes, I really want to do the ruins and get all those mystical artifact things that she was talking about.
What was it? I don't remember. What was the deal with that? What's our end? I can't remember.
We got anything that she didn't need, we got to keep.
At this point, DK, could Marcus try and sneakily just get another drink, like alcoholic beverage, like his morning drink?
I don't think you'd even need to be that sneaky about it in order of procuring it. It depends on whether or not you want to try and hide what the content of the tankard is from the
I don't think
people.
he hide it. It's more that while they're talking, he like shuffles aside without making as much noise as possible to interrupt them. He like awkwardly tries to get up and just leave to get a drink and try and awkwardly slot himself back in without kind of getting any attention for doing it.
It's a bit, yeah, you can do that. I was trying to think of a way that I could make that happen horribly for you, but it would just be horrible for the sake of being horrible. I can't properly justify it.
How much would the drink cost?
Well, these are regular drinks. So what you do get as part of your room and board, you get a morning meal, an afternoon meal, and an evening meal.
Okay.
So if this is another one, then it'd just be 3 coppers from this place because it's just a basic ale.
Yep, it'll be another one. I now need to break down gold into coppers.
Yeah, so it's 10, 10, 10, and all that stuff, other stuff.
But no, I would make
3 coppers is 3 cents if the gold is $1.
Yeah.
I guess that's not helpful.
No, I was just gonna say. I was like,
gold is 10 silver, right?
so one gold is 10 silver,
One gold is 10 silver,
one silver is 10 copper.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. So then that means I would have 9 silver.
So
7
coppers are pennies and gold's a pound.
Got it. Yeah, and then silver would be 10p. That's
Yeah.
a lot easier to figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Okay, yeah, he's got my drink.
1p, 10p, pound. That's it. And the platinum coin is a £10 note.
He's gonna come back with 2 drinks actually.
Okay.
Okay. Brilliant.
Very pointedly has them both in front of him.
I also introduce my new friend Marcus that I made in the forest.
Watcha.
Hello.
I thought maybe he could tag along now that Ericus is no longer gonna be joining us.
And Thor just goes, well, I mean, you came here as 5. As long as you go back to the guild as 5, I won't get in trouble for losing any of you.
Alright.
So, yeah, I'll just fudge the paperwork. It's fine.
Okay.
I can do it. I'll do it. I'll fudge the paperwork. It's fine. Yeah.
Do you really think that they won't notice that our Dragonborn has turned into a why is your face made of wood?
Skinny,
My
white-haired
face
guy.
isn't made of wood. It's just he takes the mask off to drink the alcohol. He's like,
Didn't you mention last night that you're a druid?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, there you go. See, it's fine. He just changes forms. Druids do it all the time. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And Fori's just like completely dismisses. Like, no, it's not a problem. It's fine. There are no problems. I need solutions.
I also formally introduced Sir Gobblegobs. He's my new familiar. He's the emissary my lord Thunderbird decided to send to help me out in my adventures. Cue the gobble gobble noise.
Yes, dear.
Yes.
Downtime has her head in her hands.
I mean, we've almost like if we ever have to buy a hideout for us for our little adventuring group, maybe we should consider a farm because we are starting to accumulate quite a bunch of animals.
No. You're starting to accumulate quite a bunch of animals. Don't get them involved. This is all you.
Wait 1 sec. Yes,
Well,
I am an animal in some
And he
situations.
is
Yes,
an
and she's accumulated you because she found you as well. You're just further putting forward my case.
Okay, so I'm a pet now. I'm a pet. Okay.
No, you're a companion.
Okay.
And the turkeys are familiar.
I only own a third of the horse. To be fair.
Third of it.
I only own a third. We split. We
Okay,
split
but
the part.
which third?
The middle third.
Yeah, I was about to say I want the middle part. The middle part. So I mean, I own a dog, yes, and I have a turkey familiar, and I have a druid companion, but I only have a third of a horse, so
Oh, that's okay then.
yeah, it's not like I'm going crazy collecting animals here. So yeah, so we're going to the ruins today. And how far was it until the? Yeah, we took on a job to go explore some deserted ruins. Allegedly, they have some magical artifacts that this little person wants us to go get, and we can have anything that we find that he doesn't want, I think. Which doesn't sound like a very good deal, but it sounds like fun. So.
No. It was any non-magical treasure. We get any non-magical treasure, I believe, was the
Oh, okay.
was the deal. So let's find some non-magical treasure.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
I mean, everything's treasure if you look at it the right way.
I love this person. That's exactly right. So yeah, I was thinking we could put sarcophagus in the cart because it might be a bit of a long walk for him.
I mean, I kind of have this mental image of you carrying Gobblegobs the entire way, but do you know like how a child holds like a teddy bear they love very much in front of them with their arms like wound around?
Yeah.
I mean,
That
at
was
the
something
same
larger.
time, the turkey is very large,
Yeah.
and Sheila is very small.
I think it would have more chances of carrying me than me carrying it.
Ride a turkey into battle.
Yeah, practically. I think it might actually weigh more than me as well. Turkeys are pretty heavy, right?
Oh, turkeys are hefty boys.
Yeah, and I'm not a hefty halfling. I'm like tiny. But I don't actually remember the weight of a halfling.
Up to 60
She's
pounds.
like 4 feet
I
tall,
think.
right?
I think they're up to 60 pounds.
I think you can go a bit over that because Perry is. I wrote his weight somewhere. Perry is maybe 60 is about right. Is Perry's 42 pounds?
Yeah. No, I think it's actually 3 feet, right? 3 feet tall is what they are. They're like tiny.
More
It's like,
or less. They can go
Yeah.
a little over 3 feet.
yeah, but it's like they're tiny. They're freaking tiny, and I don't think a turkey is much smaller, right?
Having been around turkeys, the turkeys in Texas, at least, are easily 3 feet tall.
Yeah. So I think a turkey is pretty much the same size as Sheila. So
Except they're chunky boys. So
yeah, they are heavy. They are heavier probably. So
Heavy
I
set
have the
turkeys.
Wikipedia for turkeys here. Oh, that's the country. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
How much does a turkey weigh? Several thousand cubic.
Yeah, I was like, it comes up with the flag like, nope, not it. Turkey bird in parentheses. This is the one.
Mm.
It has. Oh, okay.
I mean,
Never mind.
I looked up riding a turkey in Google, and some person has a chariot made for said turkey and put it on them. It's a Thanksgiving.
Can I just point out, if you searched riding a turkey in Google, you're a braver man than me.
Or I just didn't think about the implications it could bring if.
No, you are more innocent in your thoughts.
I didn't really think about it that way, so.
Oh,
Safe
that's
search off. I'm feeling lucky.
Is
Big
there
butt.
any way I can everyone to see? Can I put that
in the Discord. You can just put it in the Discord.
I
Channel.
don't know if that was alright, but here we go. I mean, where is it? No, I wanted the one with the chariot. You go on with your business, and I'll find this chariot for you, and then.
So yeah, I was thinking of putting the turkey in the cart because it's a long walk for a little or a big fat turkey, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, when they used to march the geese. Wow. March the geese to market. They used to give them leather boots, didn't they?
What? I have no. I
Did you not know?
honestly have no clue if that's a legit thing or you're
No,
just
yeah, no. They
pulling
literally, no. They legit. They used to do that. It's where the term the goose step comes from. Is because the march
the goose step.
yes the march that a few armies in the past have used is very similar to the marching step of the geese used to do when they were taken to market.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
All right.
History lessons, yeah.
Yeah, like just like when I taught you about the raisin and the sausage, and it's we learned so much cultural
Yeah.
exchange, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so we bring the turkey along, and the dog stays home, and oh my goodness, look at that. That is basically Sheila's size in the cart, and then the turkey. That's like that has to be almost exactly the right ratio.
Wow, that is
Okay, just imagine like attaching like blades to the sides of those wheels, like a proper like battle.
that is a thing. That is definitely a thing. Of all the things I've seen, that's certainly the most recent.
That is a thing. I'm happy. I'm happy this is in my life now.
So can we do the whole what's that thing called? You know, that the movie about the guy in the chariots, Ben Hur. Can we Ben Hur with a turkey?
You can try.
I'm not sure I feel comfortable. Since my turkey is a turkey, it's rather squishy.
He's like, cry havoc and let's slip the birds of war.
Yes, but you can re-summon said turkey.
Yeah, for 10 goals worth of
Effort.
junk.
I think
effort
that's
too.
worth the awesome battle.
Oh well, I guess it is. Yes, it's just like you only have it just like riding towards them, then they shoot it with an arrow and it's gone, and you're just sitting there in your cart feeling dumb.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like if you became a legendary hero, you'd be known as, you know, Sheila, the blue turkey.
The rider of the turkeys.
Rider.
we'll
Anyway,
write
I'll
a
stop
song
distracting
called "The
you.
Ride of the Turkeys," the fight of the turkeys. Nope. We are not putting Sir Gobbledobs under stressful conditions.
Okay.
He's a very sensitive piece of poultry, fowl. He needs a soft spot in the cart and then some pets. That's what he needs. So yeah, but by all means, let's get rolling. I take it that Marcus wants to come along. I mean, and you can also see our cart. It's full of flowers and.
Oh yeah, it's covered in flowers. So, yeah, so it's about, you know, if you're having your breakfast before you head off, then it's going to be about 8:30 or so in the morning that you're actually heading out to the southern gate of Neverwinter.
Yeah.
So well, actually, taking into account the full travel time to the suspected location of these ruins.
Yeah.
Which I will need to load back up on the map and put you there. Moment mal bitte. So, it's in the Neverwinter Wood, by the way. I should say this. It's going to take you about 2 hours from the city to to get into the Neverwinter Wood to where you're going. Because if you're a bit more familiar with driving the wagon, given the fact that it's your horse, and also now you've got a druid with you, so I'm not going to give you guys.
My horse. We
Well,
between
it's okay. Well, who wants to drive the horse then? Who wants to drive the cart?
Drive the horse.
You want to drive the cart? Let's have an animal handling roll from you then, please.
I mean, I've driven Barkeep before, so I know something about driving
Yep.
animals.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got what is like a riding mastiff versus a pony and cart. So let's see how well you do.
Then animal handling is
Animal handling, yes.
That's not something I'm very good at. No, it's not too bad. It's not.
That's what it is. So yeah, so all in all, it's going to take you about 3 hours to get to this location. Then with a roll of 12.
Also, I've got beast speech, so.
Oh yeah, that's what you did before, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
Is the druid good at animal handling?
The druid. Let's have a look.
He's better at being an animal, perhaps.
It's like get rid of the horse and lash him up
I'm
to
not
the
sure
to the thing.
I do get a good old +4 in it, I believe.
That's decent. Yeah.
I'm not really proficient with animals. Turns out I'm more of being an animal and healing people than I is actually talking to them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could give it a try if it comes to it, but
All right.
So this is where you're journeying to. You're journeying into the Neverwinter Wood now. It's the anyone who has any familiarity with Neverwinter Wood will know that it's a weird old place, and things do sometimes change, and it's things are not as they should be all the time. And that's what the theory is on these ruins, is that as the ebb and flow of nature goes, where ruins get covered, and then if there's a sickness in a particular line of plants in an area, then sometimes that brush can die back, and ruins that were thought lost can then end up being found again. So you've given some vague inkling and vague idea of the area that you're meant to be going to. You were told a few like landmarks to look out for. So who should we trust? Who should we trust to lead the party forward into the woods, trying to follow these landmarks, this list of landmarks that were given?
Perhaps our planty friend may assist us.
I'm thinking the druid as well. I mean, if he usually lives nowhere, then he's good at finding his way, right? Logic.
I mean, yeah, I'm quite.
Throw you immediately under the cart.
Just, of course, I know nothing about the nature of the ruins and what
Okay.
might come across us, but I can lead us,
Well,
most definitely.
We
Let's
don't either,
have
so-
a survival check from you,
Oh,
please,
boy.
Mojo.
Okay, then let's see. I think I did this. I did. Okay. Does one just click it?
Yes, you just
Yeah.
click
Oh, one does just click it.
and that's not your passive survival. So yeah, you need to click. Actually, click survival.
Oh, I click.
Hang on,
It's making me. Am I in edit mode?
you might be in edit mode.
I'm probably in edit mode. I'm an idiot. Here we go.
And can
Yeah,
I
listen.
please be allowed to express how much of a fan I am of the new character sheets?
Yeah,
These are cool.
they are very lovely. We do like the
They work a lot better.
yeah, because we all got that moment of love and joy last week, because that was the first one where they
I'd forgotten, and I was so happy now
Yeah.
that I scrolled over. Like I mouse over my spell and every like. All
it just shows you everything. Yeah, the tooltips that
Oh,
load up
it's so
completely.
good.
It
It's
is
so horrible.
very, very handy.
Oh.
Okay. So about half an hour's worth of trekking further into the woods. The trees start coming a little bit closer in together, and it's a little bit difficult to lead the cart in. So you'll dismount and head forward, because you do notice there is a bit of a clearing to go into. So I'm going to move you guys onto that clearing now. Once I actually load up my thing and I can see that there are a movie there, which is Badoomph, and you're on the right hand side of this map.
Oh, that looks suspiciously like ruins.
Yes, I think.
Oh, I have Sir Gobblegobs with me. That's amazing. Yes.
Yes, I believe he was just called Sir Gobbs.
Sir Gobs, for short. Sir Gobs.
Which is, I need to give it to that one. No, I need to do that, and then that, because I haven't updated the thing, which is that one, and then that one.
I believe Ernakis is not present at the moment.
Yes, that's the
No.
other person. Yeah.
I mean, he is a sneaky tiefling, but
Yeah, so I preloaded the map last time
No,
for
It's fine.
preparation.
preparazione.
Indeed. There we go. Let's change over the audio. This town sounds stayed with us for quite a while.
Yes.
Very loud town.
It's
Well,
Neverwinter.
it
What do you
is.
expect?
It's a big city.
So now, Mojo, you don't know this one, but one of the things that we do is when you have areas like this, you've got freedom of movement and action and talking all that other stuff with it until such time as I basically just shout stop, at which point you stop wherever you are, stop whatever it is you're doing, because something has occurred that needs to be resolved. Sometimes it would be something like someone has tripped a trap, or someone is investigating something, or combat is initiated, but whatever it is, we stop, we do resolve whatever it is we need to be resolved, which may include going into turn order as well. But you've got freedom of movement, freedom of action until such time as I say you don't.
Okay.
So party, you know the drill. Trex, so you know, you can also move Sir Gobs around as well.
Yes,
have
I
control.
saw his name just popped up. I think he finds something over here that's worth picking at. All right. So these ruins don't seem to have actual like roofed buildings, right? They're just walls plotted around.
They do appear to be just some very basic like the last vestiges of perhaps a small maybe like a small settlement or maybe something like maybe a farm or something, a farmhouse and outbuildings maybe. There's no real way to easily tell what these buildings once were.
No.
Dotan, you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
So I don't see any sort of signs of anything that might need investigating. Like no areas that might be like a bit trappy or anything like that.
There's you do not see anything that causes you to think, oh, this bears further inspection. More than knowing you're looking into the ruins, obviously because you're looking into the ruins, you don't see anything like, oh, there's this thing that's glinting over here, and there's a face. You don't see anything like that.
Okay.
Are there,
I'm wondering.
So Ganori?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry. Something? Did someone speak?
I was going to say something, but I was going to let everyone go across finish first.
No, it's fine. Just, speak
I
up.
was going to ask if I could look around, see what kind of tracks may have been left, if animal tracks or other.
Oh, smart.
Let's have a active survival from you, then, please. A survival check.
Oh no.
There's a lot of animal tracks going around, but it's kind of hard to tell what any particular animals are, or like their number, or the last time they went through the area. But it doesn't seem like this area is particularly like abandoned. It doesn't seem like things are staying away from it. It doesn't seem to be. It's not like there aren't like animal paths. There aren't like like those lines that the forest lines that appear where the regular animal tracks that are used. There's nothing like that. There is you can see basically the path elements that are there with the discoloration for it. That seems to be almost like a part of the ruins. It's like the bits of where gravel was previously put down as paths and then it's been pressed into the ground, and so like the grass hasn't grown back properly. But there doesn't, there are some tracks around, so it's not like the area is being avoided by animals, but there's not masses of traffic going through the area.
Okay, brilliant.
Well, I guess we just search, right? Did anyone bring a shovel?
No. Let me quickly double check something. Let's see if I can transform into.
Or if your herbalism kit has got I believe the herbalism kit has something like a little trowel or something inside it. But
I mean, I was just going to transform into a bear and just dig with my paws.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you can
we
do
should
that.
have brought Barky. She's a real mean digger.
But let me double check that herbalism kit thing for you.
I thought that was what you were going to go for. Sorry.
No, but if it's already got a trowel in it, that might be a little bit better than turning into a bear. No, it's just got stuff like clippers, portal, and mortar and pestle, and pouches and vials used by herbalists to create.
Stop!
I did something.
Yeah, I need everyone to stop, and I need you to roll initiative. I need everyone to roll initiative, and I also need Sheila to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh.
So make sure you have your token selected, and then click initiative from your character sheet. Sheila,
Did I seriously just roll a 2?
You did, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness! I hate my. Where's my initiative? Where is the button? Yeah. Oh, but my initiative's good.
Yep. So you're very aware of what's happened.
I'm very aware of my fail.
You're still like you step in over like the what is ostensibly the threshold of this building, and there's like a large mass of like plant in the corner, and as you've stepped forward, a lot of the vines that are along the ground are sort of like they've just closed up around your ankles, and sort of like
Oh no.
they've just like, it's just like stopped you there. You are also going to need you at this point now as well to make a no, we'll use the dexterity save. We use the dexterity save for it. Yeah, so you have
Oh,
unfortunate.
thanks.
It's just no. It's just
My
it's
shitty save.
well. I thought you can take a strength save instead if you would like.
No, I'm fine.
You sure?
Fine. Yeah.
You are unfortunately restrained, and there is a creature sort of like coalesces and stands up out
Oh,
of
no.
the mass.
No, no. What in the ew?
Uh,
Tarnation?
What in turn?
Can I see that from where I am through the trees there?
give me a perception roll, and we'll see whether or not you've noticed the noise, the sound for it. And there's another little shambling shape.
So I got 20 in total, not natural.
Yeah, so you do see it, and Perry, do you want to do one as well, given where you're standing? Because I imagine Sheila probably would have made a noise, and you would have gone, "What the hell was that?"
I've got direct line of sight to the.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry.
I just go.
And so does Don by the
Yeah.
looks of it.
Oh, hello, friend.
Right. The shape that has coalesced is one of these.
Oh no.
Oh, hello, miserable-looking friend. It's like your head is upside down. You, ouch. Well, I genuinely just say hello and
Yep.
like smile at it.
Okay, dokes.
Do you live here?
Well,
I like
well-
the sound of the place.
Yeah.
So we'll start from here at this point in terms of going initiative a bit for it. Sheila, you are surprised this round by the fact that you've
Yeah.
basically had this thing go around your ankles, so we're going to pass over you on this one. Dotan. What would?
Well, Dotan can see that from there, and her first instinct is going to be to shoot, but it's got Sheila standing right next to it, so she's like.
Sheila is small and that thing is large.
Yeah, I'm not so much worried about that. I'm more worried about having to hear all the earache if I just shoot at it.
But the creature, by the way, is medium. The only reason it's the size it is because the token itself. Well, if I show you the token, the size it's meant to be, you'll realise why I've made it a bit larger. So that's the size the token is meant to be for a medium creature, which is just frankly taking the piss. So
It's like a snack
it's
for cops.
yeah, exactly. So whilst it is a 2x2 token, the creature it's a medium creature.
All right.
But as it stands, obviously, Sheila is a halfling. Halflings are small, so it's not gonna block the shot or anything for her at all.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you might critical fail, and it is restrained right in front of her, held up in its binds. So let's see that one, Grav. Let's see that one.
I'm not concerned about hitting Sheila. I'm more concerned about if I shoot at it without her having a chance to make nice first, I'm never going to hear the fucking end of it. So I'm going to have a held action.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Have a held action to fire at it if it does anything even slightly aggressive.
Okie dokes. And what about Perry?
Let me think. I think I'm a bit out of. No, I can just run right in there. The way the looks of it, I'm gonna run right in there. And that's 25 feet of movement.
That is 25 feet of movement. However,
Barely do
the
that.
area directly around this creature is difficult terrain, so you're going to stop pretty much kind of like next to Sheila.
Alas, I guess I'm not doing anything valuable this turn. Yeah, I'll take the dodge action.
To take the dodge action. Okay. Okay, so it is that on its turn. So that's when its turn comes around. Okay, so the next person to go is Marcus. What would Marcus like to do?
First of all, I'm probably going to get closer So, in terms of passing through that, would I actually have to go around it first?
Well, it's the same amount of distance you're covering, so I would say go around it. But yeah, you can still end your turn on the square you're indicating, because the way that it works it out is not the diagonal movement is a square is a square. I don't go with the whole technically hypotenuse. No, fuck that noise.
Okay. Yeah, we still haven't figured out like if it's really evil yet. In terms, could I roll a check?
Someone's breathing on their mic.
Find out the source of maybe the magic that's bringing it to life, whether that is pure nature magic or if it's something much darker than that.
So you're looking into the magic of it, then that'd be an Arcana check, please. And someone is breathing on their mic.
Oh, that might be me.
I'm not very good with Arcana. But never mind, I got alright with it.
Yeah, you're not sure on the nature of the magic or anything of this thing. I mean, as far as you can tell, it is a plant type creature that is alive.
Okay. Does the checks like those take an action? I was never too sure on that.
For the way we do it, then it kind of depends on exactly what you're doing, as whether it be an action or a bonus action. Running forward, seeing the thing. It would be your action to try and discern the nature of it, because it's quite a thing of like I've taken a moment to stare at it and try and work out is there anything you recognise. So yeah, that would be your action.
Okay. I'm just checking bonus action.
To be fair, we do usually do them as actions, but it's like a yeah.
I don't think I've got anything else I can quite do apart from just stare and gawp.
Oh my god, what's that thing?
So what's going on? So for now, I think, unless, no, it's not a bonus. Yeah, I'd say that would be it then.
Kitty pokes, and then the next thing to go is the little one. Which one's that one? That's that's that one. Okay, right, okay. So I lost the icon. I lost the token because they're so small. This one is going to, how far does it move again? It is 20. Good. You're going to shamble forward silently over to Sheila and lash out with its claws.
Oh no.
Does a 14 hit you?
I'm actually not sure. Nope, I'm a class 15.
Yes. Restrained, I don't think has any effects on it. I don't think it's like it gets to attack at advantage, doesn't it? Is that right?
Yeah, doesn't it? I think we've had advantage previously on
I think
restrained
I'm
characters.
double sure I'm fairly sure it's advantage,
Alright,
but
I'm on that page. Restrained creature's speed becomes 0. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity.
Yeah, so I'll just roll that one's attack again. Well, yeah, the 14 was the highest one anyway, so it's still, it reaches up with its claws, and it's trying to like rake at your face with its claws, and you're managing to like get yourself out of the way of its face. Out of the way of its claws. Is it like it takes its little sticky fingers up to your face?
I think maybe he was trying to shake my hand, but he's not entirely sure how that works.
And the slightly larger creature, sort of like that weird head thing, the thing that seems to be its head, sort of like it tilts its head slightly to the side as it stands up to its full height. And it moves what is its arm, and you realise that's what's come down around you, and it's sort of like it just moves its arm slightly, and the vines constrict around you some. It doesn't seem that it can really get a proper grasp on you though, because you seem to be smaller than it was the smaller prey than it was expecting. Okay, and then it goes down to Sheila.
Not see that as an attack on Sheila, because then I'm going to use my held action.
Let's have a perception roll to see whether or not you notice that it is actually enough of a change in its action to be an actual attack, because it already had her bound up. Are you?
can
Yeah.
I
Do
see
you
if
notice
it's
it? Yeah.
constrictor? Or
Yeah.
Try to at least.
Yeah. So let's have a perception check from you. I don't know why you've done it at a disadvantage. But
Me
yeah,
either.
yeah, that's weird.
But that works.
Yeah, so you're fine. Yeah, so it's 18 is fine anyway. But yeah, so you do notice that, so you get your attack opportunity off. Also, I think I found it so I think I made it so that you automatically roll the +5 on your initiative. By the way.
Yes,
I
saw.
think
that,
I fixed
but
that.
I'm guessing that is a miss anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That is a miss, unfortunately. Yes. But now it comes down to Sheila, who is no longer surprised. I imagine probably still a little bit surprised at the fact that you've just been constricted, but you're not classed as surprised.
No, I'm a little surprised at the aggressive nature of this thing. But yeah, I guess I'll try and hit it back. Be like, don't.
How are you trying to hit
Well,
which
what
one
can I
back?
actually do when I'm constricted?
Well, you're restrained, so you can still try and attack by basically you've got the ability to get your hand free enough to wail out with a hit or with a spell or something.
Alright,
So
okay.
the other thing is that so weapon attacks, melee attacks, spell melee attacks are done at disadvantage because you're restrained.
Okay.
But we your ranged attacks will be done at disadvantage as well. But obviously ranged attacks you're at point blank range, so be disadvantage anyway.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
you're attacking
Well,
you're attacking at disadvantage if you're trying to basically.
Let's disadvantage the Eldritch Blast. How
Pew,
do I
pew, pew.
disadvantage it?
At the top of your sheet, you can set your roll type to be advantage, normal, advantage, or disadvantage.
Yes.
So just set your sheet to disadvantage and crack on. Which one are you aiming at, by the way?
Wait, there's more than one.
Yeah, there's a little one just next to you.
Oh, there's the one there. Okay. Well, that's not the one who tried to kill me. This one's the one who tried to.
Well, that
scratch
one's that no. The little one was the one that tried to scratch your face.
Oh, and
The big
one's
one,
holding me.
the big one is the one that's holding you.
Okay, I'll hit the little one.
You hit the little one. It manages to just about lean out the way of the blast. It sees you pointing at it, and sort of like animal instinct kicks in, and it leans out of the way.
Bastard. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Dotsan.
She is gonna
Gonna.
run up to here and attempt to cut Sheila free.
Okay. So that would be it's a strength check that I need you to do in order to try and release her.
Hang on. I'm used to having two screens, so it takes me a second to get the sheet up. How does it work?
Yep, you managed to pull her free. So
Okay,
she's
with my bonus action, can I grab her out of harm's way?
So I'm gonna say is what we can do for this one is that's what I was about to ask you is we can make it so essentially your whole turn is to basically pick her up and put her down the other side of you so that she's
Yes.
behind and out the way.
Yes, if
Yes.
I can.
You can certainly do that. So we'll move Sheila to there.
Okay, so yeah, that's it.
And in case you're wondering, the little one looks like this. Is that loaded up? There we go.
Okay. Kind of like a mix.
It's like a
between
little
rat-
hedgehog.
Yeah, a hedgehog and a rat.
Yeah,
Made out of wood, of course.
made out of sticks.
And a
Twigs, as it were.
It's kind of cute. I'm sorry if I'm breathing into my mic. I'm like leaning over heavily to pet my dog. So.
Aww.
Oh my
Is there a
god.
way of looking at the party's health? Because of course there's no health things other than my own.
No, it's as if you're not meant to know.
Oh, dear.
It's a secret. But if someone yells they're starting to die, then they're probably starting to die.
I'm in immense pain.
And if someone just doesn't tell you they're dying but just pass out, then also they might be dying.
Out of 62, I'd rate myself about a 14. The old classics. What would Perry like to do? By the way, Dotan, Sheila, and Perry, you are all currently in an area that is difficult terrain.
Well,
Okay.
Perry who is feeling at about a solid 56 out of 56 right about now, if I were to put numbers on it, is going to, I guess, take 10 feet of movement towards the twig blight, and he's going to smack it with his rapier. Smack may not be the right verb there, but I'm sure we all
Smacking
get
with the
the
rapier is not gonna bring you
Lunge.
much.
Well, okay, he
That
smacks
way.
with it with the 9 to hit, apparently.
Yeah, like he lunges forward, and
Work
the point of the rapier, so like it just goes like straight through a bunch of twigs, and it's just like, haha! Shit! It hasn't worked. What do I do now?
I'd stab again, but I don't have extra attack yet.
And then next is Marcus.
Is talking a free action?
So long as we're not taking the piss with it, yeah. So basically, you can talk as much as you like to, but depending on how long you're talking for, I may say you're using up your reaction, bonus action.
You kind of like takes a couple of steps forward to these two. And he's like, oh, which one of you is the most proficient at killing?
Me.
Uh, he kind of like taps you on the on the shoulder, and he casts. I'm gonna cast.
Oh, these two. Okay, you should probably give
Oh,
it to
yeah.
Dot since I'm a little further forward.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna touch Darting on the shoulder. I'm gonna cast guidance. So once before the short ends. Yeah. So once before this ends, which is casting duration of.
If you actually cast the spell, if you actually click the spell, it will go into the chat, and then we can also there we go. Yeah.
There we go.
So yeah, so it's a concentration thing. So this is a concentration spell for you. So the concentration matters for you on this one.
Yeah.
Up to a minute, so 10 rounds. You touch one winning creature once before the spell ends. The target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice. It can roll the ability before or after making the ability check. Guidance does also work for attacks, if memory serves, doesn't it? You can.
No, it
No?
does not. Attack rolls are not ability checks. There are 3 types of d20 rolls:
Ah.
attack rolls, saving
okay.
throws, and ability
Yeah.
check, and never the 3 shall cross.
Well, if you want to do some flashy stuff, you've now got some pluses to ability checks instead. Then.
Yep. I mean, let's see. That's the guidance is one of the ones that I've tripped over a few times, as you can probably tell.
Okay. Yeah.
Out of practice. Out of
guessing
practice.
It's too late to retcon that then.
Yeah, but that's only a
Alright,
cantrip
fine.
for you, isn't it? Yeah. So it's not like it's cost you any. If it cost you a spell slot, then yeah, maybe we could I'd give it like a random thing of maybe you get the slot back, but no, it's not cost you anything. So just live with it.
Okay, I don't think not. From what I know, no one's taking damage at the moment, so I'll leave that at that.
Well, you haven't seen anyone actually be hit and grunt in pain.
Okay, brilliant.
You know that much.
Yeah, so I think I'll leave it at that and just prepare myself in case.
Okay, is the turn of the little twig blight, who is going to reactionarily attack Perry with his claws. Blah blah. I don't believe a 13 will hit you though.
No, 13 will not hit me.
Let's just get some music on show if we can.
I don't know. I was enjoying the nature sound.
Yeah, we could have. Okay, we'll stick with
Me
that.
too.
Yeah, we'll stick with that then.
It's a beautiful day in Texas. This is
We'll stick with
very,
that. Okay, so that's that, and then it's the big old viney bugger. And does it get its ability back? Yeah, it does. That's handy to know.
I'm already
Right.
concerned.
So it's going to cast an ability it has called Entangling Roots. And so grasping roots and vines sprout in a 15-foot radius centered on the blight, withering away after 1 minute. The area becomes difficult terrain. It has already cast this ability once. It is now casting it again in order to do the active element of it. So area becomes difficult terrain for non-plant creatures. Each creature of the blight's choice, which is the 3 of you that are within range, so that is Perry, Dotan, and Sheila, must pass a strength saving throw or become restrained. A creature can use its action to make a strength check, freeing itself or another restrained creature within reach on a success. So, Dotan, you see the vines coming up, and you manage to get yourself out of the way of it. Somebody's breathing very heavily on the mic. It's like being in a wind
sorry,
tunnel.
I'm sorry. It's because I'm like so scrunched over to pet this dog.
Yeah, so Dotan's fine. Let's see if Perry and or Sheila are also okay. So, I need strength saving throws from the pair of you, please. Yep, so Perry's fine. That was done at a disadvantage, which it should not have been, but it's fine. No, yeah, you're fine anyway. Okay, so the roots come flying up out of the ground, trying to lash around your legs, trying to come up around your whole of your bodies. But you will manage to, through either just like overpowering, like pulling yourself free, or like attacking with your weapons and that sort of stuff, that you manage to beat the vines back so that you're not constrained by it at all. And then it comes around to Sheila again.
You still got your strange icon on there, Sheila.
Oh, I need to take that. That's
sorry.
him. I'll take that off. I'll take that off.
Oh. I shall Eldritch Blast the little
Don't.
bastard.
Okay, cool. The little one, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so
I'm not.
yep, that one does actually hit, and you blast off its arm, and it's like the magic holding it together, or whatever it is, seems to fade, and it just crumbles to the floor as an inert pile of sticks.
Oh, nice. I don't really feel like I killed anything. That feels good. All right.
Do. Sorry to see what Snall's put in chat. His druid awakened a branch day, got an awakened shrub. It's the most useless thing he's ever seen. Just does nothing. Alright.
I mean, yeah, that's about what awakened plants do. Yeah.
Yeah, they are not particularly useful things. I need a perception roll from everybody, please, at this point.
Oh no.
Not even our passives.
No, not you. Wait, you're. There's basically the nature of what these creatures are. As basically how focused are you on the thing that's in front of you. So, Dotton sees it. Oro sees it. So Dotton sees it. Perry sees it. Mojo sees it. Trex is just looking at her finger, going, "Wow, that was really, really powerful zap. That's like, this is amazing. I never knew I had such power."
I'm such a good sapper.
But everyone else has noticed that there is a lot of shapes shambling around these ruins now. A lot more shapes than there was before, as basically like the plants and vines and creepers and that were there sort of like disconnect themselves from the walls and stand up and do their things. There's another slightly different hunch shape appears as well, which I need to load that one up for you too. Which is this one here.
More stickmen.
Indeed.
Hope we have fire damage.
I feel we're in a bit of a sticky situation.
Shut up, disadvantage.
Oh no.
Sticky situation.
Yes,
A sticky situation.
Oh, hold on, everyone. He's twigged.
Grav, I need you to take a death save for me, please. Oh my god. You people you just suck. Right.
Jack,
Okay.
you're still breathing very hard.
Sorry, I forget to turn off my mic. I'm like literally.
God damn it, Trex! Just stop breathing! Stop breathing, Trex! What does Dodam want to do?
At a time.
What does Dodam want to do?
Gonna stab the shit out of this fucker.
That'll hit. That one won't.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to manually roll. I'm gonna have to manually roll.
2d6. 2d6, I think, yeah. Cool. So yeah, so you slash in and you cut away a sizable chunk of vines that they just slough away from the body and just what's the word? Shrivel up and die. But the creature itself is still standing. It reels back as if in pain, but it doesn't cry out or anything. It just reels as if in pain. Perry,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
I'm gonna move 10 feet to move. I'm gonna move 10 feet to move 5 feet, and I'm going to stab this fella.
Okay,
Big fella.
I'm going to quickly take a look at Grav's sheet to see if I can work out why this is behaving the way that it is. Oh, it's
I
because it's
am
referencing
not
that.
doing
That's
very
why.
well today. My damage rolls are higher than my attack rolls, and I'm using a one-handed weapon. All right. Yeah, that'll be my turn, I suppose.
Dan, it's all right. I'll figure it out for next time.
No, there you go. I've just worked out a way to do it. Just log it as other damage.
Okay.
It's going to be a consistent other damage available for you. So it just needs to make sure that we'll only apply it in the times that make sense.
Cool.
I
bear with us
missed.
a second.
It is no longer my turn.
You did. You're doing good, man. You're doing good. Okay, that's that. Right, there you go. That's your sheet sorted. Okay, folks. Then it comes around to Marcus's turn.
I'm going to have a quick assessment of the party to see how well armored they are. Basically, I want to have a look at ACs of the party.
Well, if you have a look around, you'll see that Perry is wearing quite heavy armor.
Oh no, I'm wearing studded leather.
Oh,
Because,
yes.
Yes.
You're
But
you're borrowing
Perry
some armor, aren't
also
you?
has a shield, and no, I'm not borrowing it. I traded my chainmail in.
Oh yeah,
when
you
we
did,
went
yeah.
shopping.
Yeah.
Anyway, Perry is very hard to hit.
Cool.
Put it that way. He may not be
He seems to be
very well
agile.
armored, but he seems, he's nimbly avoiding every single attack thus far.
Dotan is similar.
Mm-hmm.
And Sheila is the stereotypical mage type person. Doesn't really seem like armor is her thing.
I'm actually wearing leather though.
Yeah.
What would that make it?
But I'm also covered in a lot of feathers.
I'm gonna, without even knowing properly, just do it anyway. So I'm gonna put myself kind of here, kind of noticing that Sheila's quite a nimble character. Being a mage, kind of calculate that she might not be so defensive.
I'm
so
a fragile person.
Yeah, I'm gonna put myself forward between there and there since I have my shield out. But as I kind of walk past her, I'm gonna boop her on the head and cast Bark Skin.
Boop.
So Bark Skin, I'm gonna quickly just double click it. There we go. So of course I'm just like, oh, take this by the way, and kind of touch her on the head.
So you're.
Oh.
Yeah. So regardless of your armor, so you are now AC 16
Nice.
for for the next hour, so long as he can maintain concentration. Regardless of what happens to you. So even if you take a hit, it's only if he takes a hit and loses concentration that the armor would be reduced.
All right. Cool. This is handy.
And then he's just gonna stand.
You feel your skin sort of harden up a little bit. It's like you got really, really bad eczema, but you feel good.
Okay, I feel good. That's important because I was afraid of turning into one of those tree men.
I'm really tempted to have you make a wisdom save to see whether or not that's what you think.
To see if I'm too stupid to
Yeah.
realize that this is a good thing.
Oh, go on, let's have a wisdom save from you. Let's have a wisdom
I like
save
the
to
fact
see
that
whether or
he's
not you
saying-
notice.
The fact that he says, "Here, take this," should make it seem legit.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, you realise you have a moment of panic, but you're like, oh no, he's friendly. He's my friend. It's okay.
He's my new friend. He's definitely
Basically,
not a computer I met.
It's like it's only if you got a crit fail, I was gonna have you think you were turning into a blind. I just want to give her the opportunity.
Crying in the background.
Like screaming. All right, I'm good. I'm good. All right, that was the druid.
So then it is the turn of this twig blight. Which one's this one? That's that one there, which is going to move a little bit closer to there. And then it is the turn of this twig blight, which is this one here. It's going to move a little bit closer to there. And then the turn of this twig blight, which is this one here, which is going to move closer to there. And it's the turn of this twig blight, which is dead. And then it's the vine one.
Not gonna lie, the fact that they look like plants definitely helps with the blending in because there's one of them.
It's almost as if I chose them for a reason.
Oh no!
I couldn't even see the small
Yeah.
like twig one at first.
The big ones are fine. It's the small ones that are
Yeah,
natural camouflage.
yeah.
It's brilliant. I love it. Okay, so let's see if this one gets its ability back. It does not. And so let's see me doing this one. So it's going to, let's see who's it going to go for. Odds, evens. It's going to go and attempt to send its vines after Dotton. And I don't believe an 8 is going to hit you somehow.
Nope.
So then it's this one, which is going to 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And then it's turn of this needle one, which is going to stand up from its from where it was, its position, and it will extend a hand out towards you, towards yeah, let's do it that way. Okay, so it's going to go for Perry. You'll get half cover from this as well, by the way, because you're standing near the wall. It's got to shoot over 2 walls at you, essentially.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah. So it's going to take a shot at you. It just basically it extends a hand out towards you, and there's sort of like a puff of pollen sort of thing for it, and then a bunch of needles come flying out towards you. And a 12 is not going to hit you. I know that much.
No, it isn't. Perry is.
So they
dodging
let's
things.
be sensible. So we say they hit, but they don't pierce your leather armor. So you see like a
Yeah,
in
that
your back,
seems-
you've got
that
the
seems pretty reasonable.
yeah.
Hello, it's me, Perry the porcupine.
This
here,
one
you can-
is going to move over to
if
here.
you mouse over the creatures in the initiative.
Yeah, highlights
table, you
them.
can- yeah.
Yeah.
So now I can
See,
see the little ones.
It's not impossible to see them. I'm just, you know.
I'm
I
not
just
because
gotta
I've
rub my
zoomed
face
in a
against the
bit.
screen.
I'll be looking and trying to find them, and they're not even on the screen because I didn't scroll up yet. So
And this other one is going to be doing a similar thing, and it's going to aim for Marcus.
Oh boy.
So you will also get half cover, but only just. What's your AC?
16.
16 plus 2 for the half cover. So a 19 will hit you for 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay, I need to make a concentration check now.
You
don't I?
do, and
Con
it's
saving throw?
yep, and it's DC is 10 or half damage you took, whatever is highest.
How much damage did I take in total?
You took 9 damage, so the DC is 10.
I'm on 28. Quick math.
And you managed to maintain your concentration on the spell. Yay, we did a proper Constitution save thing, didn't it? Great, I love it. It's like we're actually playing the game. Sheila, you've just seen some needles fly out from your left hand side towards Perry, and he doesn't seem to have been affected by it. But Marcus, sort of like, you know, some needles come flying towards him, and he holds his arm up in the way, and they're all stuck into his arm, and it's like bleeding a little bit. You can see there's like a darkening of the clothing more than actual like you're not allowed to see blood spurting out of him. From your character's left, so they come at you from this direction.
Oh, over there.
Yep. So
Oh, but
it's
I
the shambling shapes that are leaning over the walls with their arm,
Oh.
the appendages extended out
They
that
are the
are
needle
spitting
ones, yeah.
needles.
Can I see them over the wall? Like, could I shoot over the wall, or would I have to?
You can take because they are leaning over the wall. These are low ruins, so the walls themselves are only about 2.5, 3 feet high. So you yourself wouldn't necessarily be able to see over the wall, but you can see them over the wall because they are looming over the wall. I've said over the wall too many times now.
Yeah, but they're over the wall, right?
They are over the wall, yeah.
Good.
I mean, they would count as getting half cover, so whether or not they have the reaction to essentially lean back behind the wall, or whether or not you still hit them because they're over the wall.
All right. I would like to do some spell work.
Spell work.
Let's see. So a square is 5 feet, right?
A square is 5 feet, yes.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
Or a square on the grid is a 5-foot square, yes.
Yeah. I think even though I don't like those guys, I'm gonna actually. Oh, this is a tough one. No, I'm gonna hex them, and can I hex first and then Eldritch Blast, or does hex bonus action have to be the last?
No, you can do your actions in any order you like.
Okay, good. We want to hex him.
Okay. So the hex is a spell, and then
That was not how I cast that spell.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
How do I cast if I don't just click it? I do what? Oh, I don't even have to do anything to hit it?
No, so yeah, you placing the curse as a thing. That's something that you do. You just it is what it just happens. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I hex you, biddly thing.
Where's my my beautiful hex symbol that you gave me
Oh,
once that I
yes.
could put under people? I love that thing. Give me
Yeah.
more stuff on the map that I have to move around.
Wait a second. I think it was the Death Sphere spell. I think was what we actually used for to signify this. No, not that.
I'm gonna Eldritch him too. Below me. And it has that extra d6 of damage. If I hit him.
I just pop this one here for the moment.
Yes, there it is.
Okay,
Oh,
so
my
we'll make it so that you've got control over that, and you can move that however much you would like to.
Cuties.
So that's your thing on that, and you take a shot at it, but it manages to like just about get out of the way, and lean out of the way, and the blast sort of like it sends up a puff of stonework, of mouldering stonework, I believe would be a good way to describe it.
If you attack my friends, I will destroy your home.
Sheila, you are done. Downtime,
Yes.
what would you like?
I'm gonna stab this branch a bit more. Hang on.
And give it a stabbing. Oh, there we go. You got that crit on the first
My
one.
killing machine.
And the killing machine. So you got that crit, so that's 6 plus 4, so that's 10 points of damage on that, and then the sneak attack, that does get its, it gets its maximum crit on that as well. So you have managed to, well, with a flurry of blows, you've completely shredded this thing. You are the Gardener Supreme.
Yes.
And
The weed tumbler.
with a swish of knives, I will turn around and see who I'm going to be fucking up next.
Pokey dokes.
Do time the trimmer.
And what? Well, you see, don't forget you can move your as well. Now the area around is still difficult terrain, but you can still do your movement. So you've got your move and you've got your regular move action, but you haven't got your bonus action because you obviously use that for your offhand attack. I just accidentally already clicked the arrow.
Yes. Give me a sec.
So just so you know, if I make it so that this one, I don't think I can actually make it so that its aura is visible to everyone. I can see the aura, so I know where things are affected.
That's as far as I can move.
Yeah, to the edge of its aura, basically. Perry.
All right. I think. Okay. Perry is going to swing out towards these needle blights, since the party is mostly facing the other way, and he'll handle this side of the encounter.
Don't worry, guys. I got this.
Don't worry. Don't worry, my friends. I am your shield.
Runs in different direction.
Run in a different direction and try to just like gank this needle blight over here. God damn it!
Yeah, see, that's the you've got this really thin weapon. That's what it is. You've got this thin needle-like weapon yourself, and you're just like you're passing through the twigs of it each time.
I have rolled 2s and 3s every attack.
I just love the fact that you've got a character who is pretty well min-maxed for combat, doing bollock all in combat at the minute. I love it. It's like RNG has said, no, you've had your fun, but the first few sessions. Now it's my turn.
It's alright. I think I'm slightly good.
It's okay. It's okay. Not even RNGesus can drain this health pool. I'm gonna watch as I die.
This is like crit. Well, shit. Marcus, what would you like to do?
I'm like, he's basically just putting all of his effort into trying to protect Sheila at the moment. In the case of the other two seem quite well versatile in combat and seem to be holding up their own.
Gonna have a wedding in this group as well.
And Sheila's quite a damage from a range, so I don't know really what I can do in this given.
You find ways, don't worry about it.
He's really not made for combat, so he doesn't really have any ranged attacks. I didn't take any ranged damage spells. So I might just... Can I take a ready action to say, like, if any attacks come from... I move myself around, like here. If any damage, like any attacks from this area go towards us, that I try and take them in place of Sheila with my shield? Basically, can I make myself a wall in front of Sheila for now?
I would like to turn into a wall.
Well, I mean, there is obviously you've got the thing with fighters where they get the protection fighting style where they can use their reaction to impose advantage on an attack that's coming in. Yeah, so what we'll say is that potentially you can take advantage of that. But it's going to be dependent on if it comes up, dependent on a dexterity save to see whether or not you actually do have that reaction speed to get in the way of it, or if, whilst the willing is there, the body is not that responsive. So we'll see. You can have that as your held action. I like the idea behind it. I like the theory behind it, and it is very very in character for Marcus. We'll just see whether or not RNGesus is going to let it happen.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that then. I'll kind of hide behind my shield and be like, "It's all right, I got you."
Oh, Jesus, please.
And then it is this Twig Blight who is standing right next to Perry and is going to attempt to give him a bopping.
Pop it!
And it goes clickety clack clack with its claws. 5, that's not going to hit. And
Yeah, that's not so much as a bop it as a.
is that
Is he just like flailing his arms?
yeah, I mean, they're like animated, like freaking tumbleweeds. They're heroes of evil. These things are not heroes of evil. You know what I meant?
Sure. I know what you meant, bud. Yeah.
Exemplars of evil. That's that's what I mean. These are not mighty foes. These are little twig blights. This one is going to come up to Marcus and attempt to give him a clawing. I don't think a 10's going to hit you. Then it is the turn of this twig blight up here, which is going to move in a little bit closer to Perry. And these things aren't smart enough to get either side of you to provide flanking because they're little twigs things. But a 20, I think, will hit you, won't it?
Just barely.
That's 3 points of piercing damage.
Wow!
Oh.
And then it is the blight. The vine blight is there, so then it is that twig blight there, which is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And then the needle blight, which is going to. It's got 3 targets there that it can potentially attack. And it's going to go for. None of you are going to have half cover on this, by the way, because you're all outside of the area now. It's going to go for. Or it's going to attempt to go for Sheila, firing its darts in that area. So let's have a dexterity saving throw from Marcus to see whether or not he's aware and able to get himself in the way. Bear in mind he is currently under attack as well. So let's actually have a disadvantaged dexterity saving throw. So at the top of your sheet on the right-hand side, you have the option there for roll, where it should say normal advantage, disadvantage.
Brilliant.
So it's a disadvantage dexterity saving. Now you're too preoccupied with the little thing that's trying to bite your ankles. You're not able to get your shield in the way of this. So let's see whether or not the attack will actually even hit. But the needles are flying in that direction, and they sail on by, missing completely. And the second one is going to go for Dotan with its needles. And also sail on by, which is really lucky for you because it rolled the absolute max damage it could. You would have lost. You may have lost an eye to those needles. Sheila, what would you like to do?
I just had to check that my mic was on. Sorry. I'm gonna hit this big bad boy again. I'm not done with him. Yeah, he impaled my druid, and that's not something we take lightly on.
Which one are you gonna go for? The little one.
This one.
I'm gonna go for the big guy. Cool, go for it.
That's big guy. Pewy. Yeah, see, this is what we play for.
Yeah, so that's that is a hit on that one there, even with it being behind cover.
And it gets an extra 10 damage.
Okay, it recoils away with the force imparted upon it, and it doesn't seem to make any sound.
Oh, playing tough.
Dotan, what would Dotan like to do?
Is that one? You said it moved away when it got hit. Is it still there? Can I still?
It's still just like it recoils with it because of the way that Eldritch Blast works. It's force damage. It's sort of like it gets knocked back by the blow a little bit, but it's still there. It's just not recoils from the force.
Okay. Is that going to be treacherous ground over nearby it, or can I?
You don't see anything on the ground that would indicate as such.
Okay. So then I'm going to put myself there.
Okay, dokes. Oh.
All right. Well, I'm going to attempt to hit it again.
Okay.
And that one, I'm guessing, is actually going to hit. But yeah, what
that one is going to hit, and your offhand blow as you flail in with your first blow, but your offhand blow will miss completely. And let's see what happens using the bronze, the brass dice. That is a 9, which is unintended foe. There's no unintended foes in the area, so we'll reroll that because it just doesn't make any sense to use that one. So you basically you decide what you're going to do is you're going to show off to your new friend, and you do like a bit of like a roundhouse kick, and it's an amazing blow, and it like knocks the twiggy woody head off of this creature, but you sort of like you land awkwardly on the leaf litter, and you slip up on that bit. You've lost your footing and you've fallen prone, so your turn has ended, and any melee attacks will have advantage on you if you come under melee attack during the next, until your next turn.
Did I end it?
You've ended it, though it has died, but you're on your ass.
Marcus is partially impressed. Like that was
That
pretty
was
nifty. Like,
completely
I
intended.
can't do the spinning kick, but
But nor can you.
finish.
Yeah. Yes.
Uh,
I completely intended. I'm in cover now. Nothing can hit me.
It's like you land doing the whole thing of just like leaning up on one elbow. It's like good, yeah.
Yeah.
Perry, what would you like to do?
Sorry, I'm like chewing. I'm gonna hit this fella.
One on the
And when I
right.
say hit this fella, I mean probably miss this fella.
Let's find out.
Find
You
out
do
indeed.
actually hit, so you decide that maybe not trying to like thrust in with the sword all the time is going wrong, but you remember a story of a fantastic, almost criminal. There was a Z in the name somewhere, and the sorts of flourishes that he used to do, and you have a go, and you manage to cut the little creature into multiple little
Many tiny
shards of
pieces.
wood.
I
Yes.
like how rolling a 15 to hit is still only slightly better than the damage. I may have made some mistakes.
Oh dear, it's fantastic. I love this. It's crazy. Right. Okay. So that's that, and then it is the turn of Marcus.
so I'm, being aware of everything. I did notice. I hope I noticed. Perry taking damage earlier by one of the twigs. So I remember it happened. I don't know whether I'd noticed or not.
Well,
It happened whilst I was over there, and then I moved around here. I think.
oh yeah. I'll let you use your bonus action to do a little perception thing on him to see whether or not you can see any wounds.
See, the thing is that what I'm using is a bonus action to heal.
Okay, right. Well, you don't. You remember seeing some spines, some needles flying at him, but you don't remember hearing him in any pain or anything at all. You don't remember hearing him cry out in pain or anything.
Okay, so probably wouldn't do that.
He currently hasn't taken any damage. You're new. I don't want you wasting your spells and stuff. I'm trying be nice to the new guy. You get 1 day. You get 1 session of me being nice to you. After that, you fuck up. It's your fault.
I can't help anyone else, so I'm just going to try my best at jousting this dude with my spear. This twiglet in front of me.
Twiglet.
I'm not very before he attacks.
See, don't call it a twiglet because like Sheila will try and tame one now.
We need one for the cart. No, I'm gonna have to end soon because it's getting late over here.
Okay.
Just a heads up that
Right.
within 10
well,
minutes
we
or
were
15 minutes. I'm
okay.
gonna have
We
to-
were gonna go on
bail.
for about another hour. So do you want me to just because you were in the middle of coming? Do you want me to just proxy you in the ways that you would do, moving your hexons or whatever, and then as soon as possible have you retreat to the have your character retreat to the tavern?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I can do that for you.
Because I can't on Sundays I can't play as late anymore. Because I have to get up on Mondays. On
Okay.
Sundays I can't play as late anymore. I can play until 10 o'clock, 10:30.
Okay.
That's like my limit. So I can do like another 15-20 minutes. But
Okay.
Then I'm gonna.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll can't play. But what we may end up doing then is making it so that like maybe move the session forward half an hour or so, maybe just to try and counteract that. But we'll have a look and see how well that works.
Depending on if I'm working on Sundays, I don't
Yeah.
get back until 6 unless I can get a lift from a colleague.
Yeah. You forgot to actually add the damage dice
Oh, okay. Let me
to
just-
that because otherwise you're just going like, and I heal you.
Yes. Yeah. As he attacks, though, he does explain. He's like, "I'm not quite good at hand-to-hand combat, so you're gonna have to forgive me if
Wonder
this
why.
isn't very useful at all, to be honest." 1 second. So, damage. Where are you?
I think
Minus
spears.
1 piercing damage.
Yeah.
Thinking emoji.
Oh wait, I haven't even added proficiency to that either. I don't think.
You've added your
Oh,
you've added your proficiency, but you don't add your proficiency to the damage.
oh yeah, you don't do you? Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, your proficiency's in there.
But
it's-
you haven't added the die to the
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah,
said.
we'll
Is
do it
is
now,
the
so
the
just
damage
take
die
the
that's
damage
missing?
part of this one, I guess.
Yeah.
The free damage.
Yeah.
If it were to hit.
It does not. you miss. You're looking over your shoulder, talking to Sheila about what's going on with it, and not really looking at what you're doing, and so you've just missed.
Yeah. So he started to explain that he's not very good at healing. I mean, fighting. So he's like, "You're gonna have to forgive me if I miss this," and then misses it. He's like, "I told you."
Yeah. Well, it's going to try and attack you back. With a 19, does that hit you?
Oh, that definitely hits me.
That hits you. So that's 5 points of piercing damage you've taken there.
Oh boy, oh. Wowzers.
And then the one next to Perry that's still alive is going to attempt to give him a boopin. It's going to miss, I think it's more things like some of these it's a case of they're not piercing the arm more than actually missing for some of these creatures. This one is going to shamble forward.
I suppose in Perry's case, it's going to be a lot of like active
He's
parry.
like not dodging out the way, that sort of thing. Oh, that one's gone. This one.
Aggressive negotiations with a buckler.
Yeah. And it's going to go for. It's going to go for Marcus. This one is the needle blight with its spray of needles is proof and misses completely. And Sheila, you see it extend its hands out, its arms out towards you. You go, ah! Put your shield up in the way, and you just hear like multiple, there's like the smattering of needles hitting the. It sounds like someone's just throwing gravel at you. Oh, what would Sheila like to do? Trex?
What? Yeah.
It's your turn.
Here. Okay, good. I was imagining gravel flying and having fun with that. All right. Well, he seems to not completely have control over this one, but enough that I don't think I need to be taking control of it. So I'm gonna shoot this one. I'm gonna hex it.
Okay.
My bonus to hex it, and I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, dokes.
And the pass. Where did my thing go? Bajooey.
And
Wow.
that spanks off of the stone wall, or the last vestiges of the stone wall that's there. Oh, do you want to move at all, by the way? Or?
The most important thing is that you tried.
I tried really hard. I did.
Dotan, what would you like to do?
I want to try and get over these walls to get to this one over here. What do you want me to roll?
Well, it's in order to stand up. It's half your movement to stand up.
I am on my ass, and
Yeah, the walls aren't high enough that they'll prevent you from moving, but they do count as difficult terrain. So you'd be moving at half movement over them. If you do decide you want to use your dash action or use your bonus action dash something like that, then you may need to do. I will make you do an acrobatics check to see whether or not you trip over the wall.
So that'd be like 15. Say 15 to get to. That'd be. Hang on.
Yeah. So you'd need to use your bonus action.
I need to use my bonus action to move, so I can add like just that would be 10 feet. Which because that would be 15 feet.
Yeah.
Because of
So whilst the area isn't difficult terrain, because of the fact you're trying to parkour your way over there, will essentially apply difficult terrain rules as an easy way to.
So then my so I only get an action once I get over there.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna put myself there then.
Okay. So this is one of the things that we often end up doing, Mojo, is we like as much as possible trying to apply some common sense and bit of Hollywood fluff here and there.
And I'm gonna backstab this motherfucker.
Okay. So that attack does land. But obviously the sneak attack doesn't apply. Oops.
Doesn't apply. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Kitty Pokes and Perry.
All right, let's hit the other fella. I don't know why I keep closing my character sheet between turns. I should not do that.
No.
It makes the game on longer.
Mine was like a separate window tab.
Yeah. So you got the pop out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got 3 character sheets popped out at the moment, which is all the different creatures.
We're doing it again.
Moving on, Marcus. What would you like to do?
I just shout, I bloody hope they rely on sight, and I'm going to touch the front of my shield, and then you cast light, which I'm going to quickly just link out so you can read it, which is a cantrip. So it just emits a bright light, 20-foot radius around the object that I'm using it. I'm going to put that right in front of like the thing's eyes to hopefully distract it.
Okie dokes. I like your style.
Hopefully it skews their aim and puts them, try to stop them from coming after me. And
Okay. The one that is in front of you does not seem to be affected and comes flailing in again with its claws. With a 19.
Does the turkey want to get
19 definitely hits.
That's 2 points of piercing damage there then.
Should
Was
I
it
roll
the
concentration thing again? Actually,
yes.
Let me take the damage and then roll it. So how much damage?
Yeah, so it's 2 points of piercing damage.
2 points.
The familiar would normally be going on. Oh dear, you've lost concentration of your spell there. You obviously were expecting your light spell to take an effect, and you're caught off guard by the fact that it doesn't seem to have had any effect.
Oh no.
Yeah, so Trex, you
So
can also you can do your turkey as well, because the turkey is meant to go on your turn, by the way. So
Yeah, no, the turkey rolls its own initiative actually, but
Is it?
So Gobgops has been very busy over here, pecking at seeds, and chasing mice.
That's what he's been doing every turn, picking up seeds, chasing mice. Just
Yes.
one mouse is really having a shit day.
Is Gobble basically the hey of this party, just like running around doing its own thing?
I think it might be, to be honest. Now you've said that.
I don't know what hey is, but
From the film Moana.
So like we're sitting there, we're
Oh,
fighting. I'm taking
yes.
sneaks into my arm, and in the background you just hear "Gobble, gobble," and then pecking sounds.
yes, pretty much.
Oh, okay, so that's that one. Right. So yeah, your Trex, your armor class has returned to 15 again.
Yep.
So this one is going to go and attack Perry. With a 13 is going to miss. And then this one is going to continue to come
Just
forward.
this incredible struggle between a halfling and twig blight, where neither can come to grips with the other.
It's just one of those nerd voices. Let's see if Marcus can avoid being hit by these claws. He can. And let's turn to this needle blight is going to turn and face Grave, or Dotan, to be more precise,
That's one of my slots.
and attack with its claws. Oh, well, a crit's going to hit you, isn't it? Roll for me. I've got a number in mind. Roll a d100. Grav. Oh,
Have?
that's a lingering injury.
Right.
Is it
Roll
flailed?
again, see what it is.
Yes. Let's have a look. So you only just load the tape. Load the table. Up.
The horrible twig blight will take off Dotton's leg.
So roll a d20.
I do believe that is actually
Wow.
You know what? Actually, because of this, the nature of how this is going to work, it wouldn't have that real strength or ability to do that. So roll it again. Roll it again.
Here goes Dotton's pretty face.
That's the one. You know what? Actually, to be fair, that does actually work. It's punched in towards your face at the same time as it's extended, basically like a fistful of needles, and you've lost an eye.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You.
you say that now.
So you've taken in terms of the actual damage, you've taken 11 points of piercing damage, and you've lost the eye. So you currently have disadvantage on wisdom checks that rely on sight and on ranged attack rolls. Magic, such as the regenerate spell, can restore the lost eye. If you have no eyes left after sustaining this injury, you're blinded. So you currently have one eye, which gives you disadvantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight and ranged attack rolls. So
Have
you
I
are.
seen this go down from where I'm standing? Can I see this perfectly?
So I already look like a strop. Now I'm a fucking one-eyed strop. Right,
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's pretty perfect for you.
DM, have I seen this go down?
Give me a perception check, but I'll give just because of the fact you're surrounded and being attacked, let's have a disadvantage perception check.
Okay, because I want to.
How's that for?
I really want to, of course, help if I can. Disadvantage, perception.
Let's see. With a 13, I think you're a little bit preoccupied with the things that are going on in front of you that are trying to potentially do the same thing to you.
You might have heard me going, "Oh, we fucking are, you cunt!"
Yeah, but you might just have like an eyelash or something in there, you know. It needs some context.
Blue dust in your eye. It's like.
What would
needles in your eye?
What would
It spends 5 different spell slots of healing you. Like, well, I've got his dust in my eye.
Just keep blinking; it'll work its way out. What would Sheila like to do?
I think we really need to end this this big bad boy over here. So we're gonna keep up.
Before he gouges out any more eyes.
Yeah, I don't want to end up like Dalton.
That is a good old hit there.
Yeah, and we're gonna give him a little extra. Oh my!
Nicely done. You've done absolute max damage you could have done there. Very well done. So basically, as you've as it's turned around to take on Dotan, it's left itself completely exposed, and your Eldritch Blast essentially blasts out a massive hole in its chest. And it slumps to the floor, and whilst Dotan is like, she's got one arm over her face and is just flailing with the other. You fucking bastard thing! Just flailing through the air.
That's what he gets when he messes with my friend.
So that's that one done.
He gets some good clicks on Roll20. I clicked good.
You click good. You did the good clicking.
Yes.
Dotan, what would you like to do other than cry?
I wouldn't mind having a root around on the ground in this pile of twigs for my fucking eye.
If you want to investigate for your eye, I'll let you take your turn investigating the eye.
Wait, the eye popped out? I thought it just got like horribly impaled by a lot of needles.
We don't know whether or not you're going to find it yet.
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Let's have a disadvantage, of course, because you know it specifically says wisdom perception that rely on sight, but investigating is relying on sight as well. So disadvantage. It's fresh.
God damn it.
You do find it. You know those before they become conkers.
Yeah.
It's like you're picking up by the optic nerve, and it's just like a spiky ball. You're like, oh, it's gonna need more than Bactine.
Yeah. A couple of elastoplasts will do it.
Yeah. You're like. Just going to get the dust and dirt and leaves off of it. It's like, that'll be fine in a minute. I'm sure it will. Would you like to do anything else with your turn? We'll say it was your bonus action to find your eye.
Yeah, my bonus action to find my eye. Okay. I'm going to try and
put it back in.
This thing over here. Good luck, everyone standing next to it.
Well,
which one are you going for?
We could always get Dalton and Ursat's eye, the common magical item that is just an eye, except it's fake. It just replaces a lost eye.
Alright, let's take that. Oh, with a 2. That was close. Yeah, no. So the bolt sails off into the distance. What would Perry like to do?
We shall flail at our twiggy friend here. Oh my god.
Oh no. God, hang on.
Moving on.
Go higher than your damage this time.
What would Marcus like to do?
I'm gonna
This is such a shit show.
How do I do something on this?
Left click and hold.
Click and hold. I'm gonna take this one here. Does it ping?
So you need to make sure you're on select. On
I'm
the
measuring at the moment.
yeah. So left click and hold. Just there you go.
Go for that one there.
Okay.
Because that's the closest one to my friendy.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my spear and try and jam it through his face.
Go for it.
He kind of mutters the word sorry as he starts attacking because he's not very happy with attacking plant life.
That should have been done at disadvantage, but the 13 would have been the first. But anytime you inadvertently roll a disadvantage or advantage, we just take whatever the first number would be. So if you just highlight that 14 there, it shows that the 13 was the first number that was rolled. So that would be the right one anyway. It does 1 point of piercing damage.
Yes, can do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
With my spear.
And it is the turn of the one that's on your other side. And both of the blocks are dead, so I don't need that sheet open anymore, so that's fine. So this one is going to attack you with its claws. The 13, I believe, will miss you. I think it's raking against your armor and not going through.
16 is the AC. So.
Yeah. And then it is the turn of this one to try and attack Perry. 12 is going to miss. It's like the most boring fight ever between those two. It's like, It's like both of you just constantly parrying. No one's attacking. That's the thing. It's just parry. I parry, I parry. I parry, I parry, I parry. And so if one of you actually attacks, you'll be okay. But both of you are just constant parrying. And the one that's next to Sheila is going... Or Sheila and Marcus is going to go for Sheila, actually. I'm rolling 9 to hit, so that's going to miss. And Sheila, what would you like to do? Constant parrying. Lel.
I should take my sweet revenge on this guy. But I guess I'm in melee, so that would be disadvantage. On
Disadvantage
my
if you're using a ranged spell, yes.
And I didn't really conjure my my weapon, so I'm gonna just hex him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna disadvantage him, but you know, please, no.
Like it's like you're right there, zap, and just like shoot between its feet and hit the ground, and like shit. Dotan.
I'm gonna move up here. I've been told I need a stick.
What?
That'll also be my dash.
Your bonus action. Okay.
To get up to here. And there we go. And that'll also take the sneak damage as well.
Yeah, it does go on that because obviously something is close up as well, and that one does die.
Nice.
You smash it to pieces. And then it's Perry's turn.
Well, I wonder how this attack roll is going to go.
Nat 20.
Or if my character sheet will ever appear. Yeah, if I crit this thing, I think blights have... I used blights yesterday when I was DMing. They have like 4 health or something.
Oh yeah, these are not tough. There we go. You managed to land a hit.
Exploded it.
Yeah. You can hit them.
Alright. I should have 5
5
squares.
misses and a hit. Still a hit.
No, you're still moving through a difficult terrain area, so that area around it is still difficult terrain, so you can get about there.
No, the entire. Like,
basically,
areas?
it's the if I put it in. Bear me a second. I'll should be able to. Should be like that sort of area, ish.
I see.
Around the creature.
Perry very slowly tiptoes his way over the vines to get back to his friends. That's my
Because the creature does actually have an aura, but you guys can't see the aura. That's the only thing. On my view, there's an aura. Right, okay, so that's the end of your turn. So, Marcus.
Okay, at this range, can I look into Dotan's face and see that she
At this range, yeah, we'll say you've noticed the fact that her face is sort of like covered in blood.
So I'm gonna look her in the face and go, "By gods, are you okay?" And kind of panic.
I don't know.
In an attempt to, of course, trying to at least alleviate whatever pain I imagine she would be in, I'm going to cast Healing Word. on her.
Okay.
I've clicked it. I don't know how this works.
Is it kind of asking you like an input value?
It's not asking me anything as I click it. So I'm going to see if there's an edit on it. I mean, it should be a spell that I dragged in.
The window might have popped up behind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it could be on here. Yep, spell level 1.
7 hit points back.
I am gonna have to go now, guys. It's half
Okay,
past.
so
Goodbye, friend.
But
No.
I hope you do good and get revenge for Dr. Sai. Annihilate these bastards.
hello.
And have a good one and thank you for tonight.
No, no worries. And I should be able to get this session uploaded tomorrow. I'll try to get the session uploaded as early as I wake up in the morning tomorrow,
Right.
so that it's ready to go.
Also,
Might even
you
try and
can
get uploaded
just
tonight,
dump me
actually.
in the cart on the horse, then I won't have to go all the way back to Neverwinter whenever the session
Yeah.
passes.
Yeah, I would say because you're with the party in this regard, then yeah, you'll be just because like you separate from the party last time.
Yeah. So
Okay, looks.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
So this one it is still alive. Yeah, that one is still alive. It's going to attempt to give you a good old clawing, Marcus.
See,
12 will
I
miss.
keep thinking Marcus is me for a moment because that's the character I play most often. Neverwinter.
That one's dead.
It's very confusing.
That one is also dead. So it comes around to Sheila, and what Sheila will do is she's just going to move over here slightly, so she's got a clearer view, and she use her bonus action to. I'll just actually remove that now. Use her bonus action to move the hex over there. That's what she would do, and then take a shot with an Eldritch Blast, because that's what she would do. What would Sheila do? She would hit and smash it to pieces.
Yeah.
Don't even need to roll the extra damage. Don't know why I was rolled at disadvantage, because it was still fine. I left her sheet on disadvantage by mistake. Just turn that off now. But yes, there you go. That is that. And you have successfully defeated these creatures.
But at what cost?
So we've got about half an hour until I want to wrap the session up. So you've got basically that long to do what else you would like to do in this area.
Marcus is going to go over to Doten immediately to check up on, of course, the wound on her face to make sure it's properly seen to. So he's more concerned about, of course, Doten's wound than his own. So he just runs over. It's like, oh wow, you look like you need healing. Stay still.
Right, Barry is going to join the conga line and follow after Marcus. You look like you need healing. Stay still.
Yours is left for dead.
Sheila will go and spend some time with Sir Gobbs. Sir Gobblegobs.
Healer's kits, but they're used for stable.
Deploy the sound effect.
Deploying sound effects.
How does it look?
Beautiful.
So I have a set of common clothes in my bag, and I'm just gonna rip like something from that to try and create some sort of like eye patch banded sash thing for the eye, just to make sure, of course, and try and stop bleeding. Should I roll for that?
Just give us a medicine check, because you've got the healing kit. The whole premise of your character is that they are a healer type character. So just give us a medicine check and see if you can. Yeah. So you've managed to stop the bleeding, and you can you use some of your knowledge with the local herbs and things to create a poultice to alleviate some of the pain. It still hurts a lot, Dotan.
Maybe you should make some kind of preservative for the eye, since Dotan insisted on
It looks
picking
like
it
a
up.
fucking conker.
Do I know
Horse
would I be
chestnut, for
aware
those of you
that
who know.
the regeneration spell itself could replace the eye if we could find someone who could cast it?
I think with the medicine check of 22, we'll say that you're fairly certain that it's going to take some pretty, this isn't going to be a simple case of like knitting a wound. It's going to take something
Hello, it's
quite.
me, Lay on Hands Man, here to lay my hands on you. Oops, your eyeball grew back.
Okay, so I'll try and
Just sticks your finger into the socket. Lay on hat.
I mean, that would be the Jesus way to go about it, right? Just like pick up the ear and shove it back on his head.
I'm gonna try and gently break it to daytime. I was like, I don't think traditional medicine will bring your eye back. It's probably going to be a case of magic, which I am not capable of at this moment.
Shit. You know, I knew a guy that could probably fix this, but I murdered him horribly. All right, we'll have to find someone back in town.
Some people call that karma.
Possibly. Well, he had it coming. I think for the time being, we should keep an eye out for any relics around here.
Was
Yes.
that pun intended?
Of course it was. Grabs a Londoner. Of course it was.
Okay. Yes, I guess we should look for.
Yeah, let's look in these abandoned. All right, gang, let's split up and search for clues.
Please be careful of not, of course, bumping into those again. They do seem unsavory.
Not too late.
Before entering an area.
Perry's gone off to this building and he's gonna start
I'll go
poking
to search
around.
this one. I want to roll a perception as I kind of turn around the corner to make sure they're not around there, like peek.
Oh, that's not bad for a bloody disadvantage, is it?
So yeah, so you guys, as you go around searching through the area, you see there's not really much of anything that stands out as being particularly valuable items or anything. There doesn't seem like there is a hidden treasure hoard or something, or anything like that in this area. There also doesn't seem to be anything else that's of any danger.
So we can send to maybe these aren't the right ruins. Can I have my back to you at the moment? Yes, I don't think these might be the right ruins. If there's nothing to find at the moment.
Well, if we've lost an eye over the wrong ruins, we'll look awful stupid. So these have to be the right ruins.
Well, I mean, I've checked the room in the back right area there. Right, to me, that is. Perry, how's it going on your end?
Yeah, I suppose we'll find out. I'm guessing that's a perception check.
It would be perception to see what's going on. If you're looking for things in general, perception, yeah.
Well, is there anything in this neck of the woods?
So yeah, you see that there are like the last vestiges of what was a like a fireplace, and there seems to be some basically it's in this area down here. There seems to be like some loose brickwork and stonework near the bottom, and there's like a little cubby hole that's got some bundled items bundled in cloth stashed away in there.
Let's pull those out, shall we?
Okey, folks, let's do that. Which means that I need to open up this thing. Yeah. Moment.
You know,
bitte.
when I heard the term "let's go look for some ruins," I was expecting like an ancient dungeon, you know, with like big archways and stuff. This is just some like knee-high walls. I mean, I guess for Perry they're like chest-high walls, but you know.
Knee-high walls with twigs everywhere. To be honest, that's not a bad way to go. They never said they were like ruins of temples or castles, did they?
I guess not. I guess it's just like a fucking dig site without the diggers.
Like Perry was like, "You gotta go search ruins," and then Perry's head is like, "This is gonna be a magnificent journey for an adventurer." Gets
Right.
here, I was like, "What's this?"
Perry, you found 4 items total in this like wrap of cloth. I'm going to list off what they are for you. So are you ready to note down what these are?
Oh shit! I don't have my pencil.
That's a no.
Found it.
Okie dokes. So you find a carved bone statue, a set of engraved bone dice in a small leather pouch, a small gold bracelet, also in that same leather pouch with the dice. And a silver ewer, sort of like a bowl jug thing.
Okay. Ah, yes. A pitcher. Ugh.
Mm. A picture of what? Hey.
Hey, disadvantage.
Yeah, that's my line.
Oh yeah. I'm not used to
It's
this.
okay, he's got disadvantage to GMing checks. By that I mean he can't corral us anymore because he did that.
Can I investigate this room? I'm particularly focused on the corner of which the first wooden blight thing appeared from.
Yeah, you can have an investigate of that area if you would like to.
Investigation check or
Oops,
perception?
didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to move that onto there for that. Because I was moving some things around because I need the page open. Right. So you want to investigate that area? Okay. So let's
look for anything in particular, especially that corner.
Okay. Okay. Give us an investigation check then.
Oh no.
No, nothing. Yeah, it's just it's just a mass of withered vines. It's just a mess.
Vine's dead. Let's go.
I'm checking in.
Here, I'd like to take the help action with Dotton to help her look through this neck of the woods.
Hang on, because...
Wait. You should take the help action because your eye is missing.
That was, hang on.
See, I'm thinking that because of the fact that the eye is missing, that you cannot provide help to someone who's doing it because it's just a little bit daft.
It's an investigation. Anyway,
you managed to roll a 15 and a 15. So in that area, you find a small pouch of coins. Or you find like a small leather pouch which is like hidden away underneath a stone, and inside it there is one silver coin and 3 copper coins. It's a very small, like a little leather pouch.
So what you're saying is I found a leather pouch.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Can I check this ruin up here, please?
Where have you gone to? Up to there.
Roll up.
Yeah. So let's have an investigation from you then, please.
I'm not incredibly cracking at this.
No, not massively. You don't find anything of any note.
I'm gonna holler at the others, like, guys, would you like to double check where I've been? Because it seems that I'm not good at finding things like you are. Where are you finding these pouches from?
Corners. Where are you finding them?
I'm not.
Always check the corners.
No. I suppose I'll have a look in here. Come on, help me. Show me where on the doll the bad man touched you. I mean, where have you already checked, my friend?
I checked this corner over here. Where the...
If you guys want to draw on the map using the draw feature so you can mark off which buildings you've already checked, feel free to do so.
Okay, well, I checked this corner and it was a big fat nope. I've also checked here, and for me, this was a nope.
Here. Perry will have another look, and may he have advantage from help
You've
from
already
Marcus?
already been over the area. You've already been over the area, so yeah, you can have a advantage of that because Marcus can basically show you all the areas that he's already looked and to try and guide your
Yes,
vision.
that
And
was-
welcome
that
to
was
the
way
adventure, Minx the Gay. Welcome.
Can I also then cast my cantrip of guidance on him?
You go on then.
I mean, this is where the cantrips
Go
can
on,
get
then.
dumb, can't they? Because I can just keep doing this every time.
Yes.
Technically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, you may.
That one,
They
so-
can become a little bit dumb, but that's what basically what you need on that bit in that regard is a DM that will tell you not to and to essentially at times shut the good fuck up. Every now and then with love and affection.
Okay, we got 24 in total.
24 in total. So for that, let's have a look.
Perry is having a really good eye day, which is nice because nobody else is.
It's like he's finally learnt out how to hit things as well. So you know he's generally having an okay kind of day. Okay. So now
The soft sound of rolling in the background has me mildly concerned. It's not very soft anymore.
Right. Okay. So, you find a cloth pouch, which has got a number of small stones in it. You find. So, which ones are these ones? Just remind myself again. They are those ones there. So it was that many of these types. So you find a
Trap.
you find an onyx, a moonstone, a sardonyx, two sardonyx, a quartz, a carnelian. How many is that? Was that 6 or 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And oops, another onyx. So you find a pouch which has got those in it. You also find. Let's see what it is. So. And we'll use these ones for this actually, because then that makes it a little bit more interesting.
Oh, new Unearthed Arcana tomorrow, while DK is just rolling.
Ooh.
I expect it will be literally nothing, because that's what the last several have been. In fact, 1 month they actually did literally nothing. They did not publish an Unearthed Arcana. They just skipped the whole month.
Oh wow. Okay, that sounds like that does sound a little bit like DE patch notes for Warframe occasionally, to be honest. So you find a small grey pouch.
Another one. Okay.
Yep, a small grey pouch.
Just a pouch.
Yep. And you also find an amulet. There is So anyway, so the small grey pouch. So it's one of those things, and it's the amulet as well, right? So pouch. I'll describe the pouch to you in just a moment when I find what page it's written on.
I feel like I know what the pouch is. I would like to put the gemstones into the pouch to confirm my suspicion.
The pouch has already got something in it.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no! Sorry, no! Sorry, tell a lie. The bag. It is a grey bag. It doesn't. There is weight to it. But if you open it up, it would appear to be empty. But there is there is some weight to the bag. The bag is definitely, it is there. It exists.
I would like to reach into the bag.
It's an awful lot of fuzzy things in there.
May I grab one?
You have a fuzzy object in your hand?
I would like to pull it out of the bag.
You have a fuzzy object in your hand?
What is the fuzzy object in my hand?
At the moment, it looks like a triple.
Fuck. Guys!
Yes.
Get it back.
I'm
What?
concerned.
1 second.
It's a black and white furry shape. It's got like it's a black shape with white stripes on it.
Does it have
it's a
like
mogwai.
Does it have like a face?
Let's say that you can almost see that there's like a vaguely triangular sort of face.
I'm gonna put it back into the bag and close.
1 second.
the
1
bag.
second. Don't be so fast about that. Let's have a check. Can I maybe try and investigate what it is?
Give me a nature check,
Nature.
because you're a druid.
There's also
As a
there's
druid.
also an amulet. You said.
Yeah, we'll go with the amulet in a second.
As a druid, I have no pluses to nature.
No, because because you're a druid, I'm letting you use nature for it instead.
Yeah, I'm not. I have no
you've-
proficiency
yeah,
in it as well.
You've got a funny feeling. Yeah, they just for some strange reason, this thing just the face on it. It reminds you of a badger.
Okay, I'm not entirely 100% sure on this assumption, but it looks like a badger. Do we show this to your pet collecting friend at all, or?
We tell nobody we found this. And he puts it back into the bag and closes the bag.
And what are you going to do?
Sheila
with that
cannot be allowed to know.
bag? Would you mind if I take care of it until then? And then
The amulet, it basically the amulet looks like a skull, like a grinning skull,
Looks pretty lovely.
A green skull.
a grinning
No,
skull.
A grinning skull.
Yeah,
I
looks
see.
like a grinning skull.
Hey, does
with
anybody
gems
here
for eyes.
happen to have detect magic?
No. No, I don't.
Well, you've made a horrible mistake. Okay, well,
Keep it in the bag and do not touch it directly.
yes. Well,
But don't put it in the bag with
usually,
badger.
Perry usually has gloves on, thankfully, so he's just gonna dump it in the bag with the badger and hope that they don't die.
Okay.
No, don't put it in the bag with the badge. No.
Too late. He closes up the bag and he hands it over to Marcus.
Can I just take the badger, not the bag?
There were more things in there.
Can I take the badger out of the bag and leave the bag of things and just strap it to my side?
No, there were more fuzzy things like the badger.
Oh
in
wait,
there.
there were more in there.
Yeah, there are more
Yeah.
fuzzy little tribble type items, fuzzy little tribble type things.
Okay, I'm gonna take. So it's just like loads of those in the bag and then a necklace.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna separate the necklace from the bag, but I'm gonna have to figure out a way of doing this first. Oh no! What have you done?
Okay, I know what to do. I know what to do. I'm going to put the gemstones into my personal bag and just give you the bag that those gemstones were in because I've already got a coin purse.
Okay,
So
I'm
just
gonna take that
Pop
bag.
those in there.
I'm gonna take the bag given to me by Perry. I'm gonna turn it inside out and put my hand in it as if I'm gonna pick up like dog poop with a plastic bag and scoop the necklace out with it.
Okay, yeah. So you've got the amulet in the other bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna strap that to my waist.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the bag with the little badger-looking like things in it, and I'm gonna just hold that in my hands the entire time and make sure that, of course, they don't get squashed or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm just gonna follow Perry. I was like, shall we go and investigate other rooms? And then leave it at that.
Yes, sure. Yes. There are, what, 2 more? So let's head up here, I suppose. Please assist me again, good sir, good fellow druid, since you seem to be a very helpful person.
Yes, 1 second. So I've investigated this room in here. If you want to retry this, I'll again cast guidance with DM's permission.
Yeah, we'll say you've
Tap him on the
we'll say
forehead.
that's like your last one of using it in this area in this
Okay.
particular search because of stuff.
I'm all drained out.
Yeah,
But
the
I'll
winds
try
of
and-
magic have blown in a different direction.
So I'll poke him on the forehead and be like, "Take this," and then bless him with guidance. But I will also investigate the system before he gets here because I want to find something for myself.
Okie dokes.
I want to be like them.
Okay. So let's have Dotton's investigating that room. You're investigating that area as well, when you Dotton. So so that one you find a small wooden box or like a little lockbox sort of thing, and inside it there is.
Perry has obtained another 24.
So Grav, you have found a small wooden lockbox. Like it's like a little you know those sliding clasp ones. So it's not actually like locked lockbox, but like those kind of cheap and cheerful jewelry box sort of things.
Yeah.
And inside that there are 3 gold pieces and 8 silver pieces. Someone's piggy bank sort of thing, basically. And with that 24,
Sorry?
8 silver and 1 gold piece. And with that, so with the 7 you find nothing. With the 24, you find, is it those 2? Oh, you're in that room, aren't you? Yeah. So you find it's at those, that, and that. You find a locked chest, a small locked chest that it rattles, certainly very metallically.
This is Dotton, I take it? Or
No, this is what you find.
Oh, I found a small chest, you say?
A small chest that rattles quite metallically.
Is it openable?
It is locked.
It is locked. Okay. Nobody would happen to know the knock
that with
spell.
my remaining
Yes.
Wow, noise! Jesus Christ.
Holy shit. You wouldn't happen to know the knock spell either, would you?
Not really. No, I don't think that's
Yeah.
within my area. Unfortunately. Sorry about that.
I suppose we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. And we'll hand it over to Dotton, since she probably is better at lockpicking than the paladin.
Yep. So you do manage to crack that open. You crack the lock on that. And inside there is 4 platinum coins. 12 gold coins. 15 silver coins. And 9 copper coins. As well as 4 stones, 4 small stones. There is a moss agate, or however the fuck you pronounce that.
Agate.
Agate. A banded agate. A blue quartz. And an azurite. And the DM can advise you that there's nothing left to find.
Okay.
Right. Well, this seems like a pretty good haul for ourselves. I imagine the skull amulet and the bag of tribbles is probably what the the commissioner here is after. So I suppose we'll just hitch on our wagon and go back to Neverwinter.
Okay, folks, and the return to Neverwinter is where we'll pick up next week, and we are going to now be hosting someone. Now, I already know who I'm going to be hosting. It is another D&D streamer. They are doing a one-shot night tonight, so they're a new member of the ETNL family as well. So we're going to go say hello to them. They're doing a bit of a, like I said, doing a one-shot thing for it, regular, not to their regular show. But let's go and say hello. This is Unlikely GM. We'll be back again tomorrow night with a bit more D&D, because we'll be then the turn of the Monday Bears. And we'll be playing some more of this same campaign, the same world, with the other group. Or the group number 3, because we run this on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So hopefully I'll be seeing you guys then as well. We do have a raid command that we'd like to make use of for this too. So there you go. There is the raid. If you are a follower, if you are a subscriber, then you'll be able to get the hype pipe as well. If you are not, then just use whatever emotes you have got. But let's go and spread some love here. So let me just highlight that for myself as well. And then slash raid. Like the GM. Yes, that's right. There you go. There you go. So hopefully we'll see you all again next time. But look after yourselves. Pray to our in Jesus. All the other fantastic fun stuff. Keep on being awesome. And we shall see you next time, my friends. Take care. Bye-bye. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
They took my fucking eye!